The Score, the place for local sports, now presents another live local broadcast of high school sports. No one does more live local play-by-play than The Score does. Local Sports on The Score is brought to you by Central Maine Community College. More than just a community college, over 40 academic degrees and certificates, and one of the lowest tuition rates in New England. Just go to cmcc.edu. Your future starts now. Central Maine Motors Auto Group in Waterville, the dealer with no dock fees, where cars and trucks cost you less. Online at cmautogroup.com. Hermon Lumber Company, serving Maine and New Hampshire from 22 locations. Your building project partner, HermonLumber.com. Midstate Machine. Looking for a career? Check out the Machinist Development Program at MidstateUSA.com. 201 Service in Skowhegan, Maine's trusted towing and recovery partner since 1984. Whittemore & Sons, your Coyote tractor dealer. Sales and service by a family that cares. Somerset Stone and Stove, offering quality gas, pellet, and wood stoves and hardscape products. 201 Tire, Battery, and Service, your tire and battery experts on the Augusta-Vassalboro line. Assistance Plus, providing home care, behavioral health, and developmental services. Together, we can make a difference. Connected Credit Union, building lifelong relationships. Get connected, stay connected. KVFCU, invested in you. Skowhegan Savings Bank, making our communities a better place to live and work. Skowhegan Tire Center, they beat any price. Route 201 Skowhegan. Flagship Cinemas, a better cinema experience. See you at the movies. KMD Driving School in Oakland, teaching your kids to drive for over 25 years. SBS Carbon Copy, Main Street, Waterville, where printing is personal, not puzzling. Manchester Motors, your Coyote tractor dealer. We dig dirt. Casella Waste, for your residential and commercial trash pickup. Computer Improvements in Skowhegan. From sales of computers and accessories to service, we are your go-to computer store. Height Chevrolet in Skowhegan. Our family is here for your family. Your team from your town plays here. Now with a play-by-play, here's Mike Violet and A.J. Knight.
Actually, the road team here for the doubleheader of state championships. A.J. Knight, John Coughlin here with you at Lewiston High School. Class C and D state championship football. These teams have been playing. They've been doing two-a-days since summer, all culminating in a chance to win a gold ball. And we start with, of course, the Fryeburg Academy Raiders and the Hermon Hawks coach.
Well, listen, A.J., Maine State Championship football Saturday. It's a great day. You guys have done, WSKW has done a ton of games, but we're in the state championships, and, A.J., we were talking about it before, all number one seeds, all 8 teams
right
in this year's state championship are number one seeds, and it's the second year we've done that. So things, the MPA does have it working. We're getting the best teams, and we certainly have them today in this state championship.
So starting with the teams that we've got today, of course, a doubleheader, Class C and D state football championships. For Hermon, I think you could almost make an argument, despite the fact both teams come in 8-2. Hermon listed as the home team here today. Hermon almost a tale of two seasons. They started out 3-1, but in those 4 games, they won by 10 total points over the course of 3 overtimes in those 4 games as well. And then their 5th game, they lose 17-0 to Foxcroft Academy. Since then, though, made a few personnel changes, and this Hermon Hawks team has taken off.
Well, coaching certainly has benefited this Hermon Hawk team. But, AJ, it's like the first day of school. They've never been in this type of a game. They don't know what to think. They're a little bit nervous coming into this, and they're looking for leadership. So look to their big players, and for Hermon, that's Max Hopkins. He's a one-person wrecking ball, and he's got to run the ball all day for them.
Just putting some numbers to Hermon, 8-2. They started 3-2. They said those first 4 games decided by 10 points total, 3 overtimes. Then lose 17-0 versus Foxcroft Academy, who we will see after this playing for the Class D state championship. Since then, they've won 5 straight, and they've outscored their opponents 168 to 32. Hermon has just absolutely started cooking since the middle of the season. And no surprise, you talk about the 1 seeds getting here across the board, all 4 classes. On the other side, they run into a buzzsaw of a Fryeburg Academy team who almost feels, despite the fact both teams a little bit unfamiliar with this position, you pointed out, but Fryeburg Academy almost feels a little bit like unfinished business as they gave arguably Leavitt last year, I think the best team in Maine State football last year, their best game of the season, losing in the region championship, only to see Leavitt go on and just demolish Oceanside. Now they find themselves a chance to kind of get on the right side here this year.
You hit it just right. I mean, Fryeburg has always been the team that's hung around. You see them in the standings say, oh, they're going to be tough again. We don't want to play them. And then something happens to them. But they're here in the state final, been since 1965, so that's a long wait. And these Fryeburg people, they're hungry for a state game.
Just to give you some more background on Fryeburg, talk about a brutal schedule. 8-2 on the season. Those 2 losses, you might recognize them. Falmouth, 15-14, beat this Fryeburg Academy team. They're playing for the Class B state championship. Wells playing for the Class D state championship. We'll see here in a few hours. They lost 21-20. So both those games against potential state champions, they lost by 2 total points. After that, their next closest game was a 33-20 win versus York. So this Fryeburg team has been, like you said, taking care of business. And look, I'm not going to argue. We're going to get a quick start here. And Hermon is set to receive the ball. And we will get underway figuring out who is going to capture our first gold ball of the day.
Well, Fryeburg hasn't been scored upon. I mean, 86 points they've scored in 2 games and haven't given up 1 thread. So, I mean, if you're Hermon, you got to think that scoring might be not at a premium today.
And, you know, as my father would say, football weather. So taking the kick for Fryeburg Academy, that is Ricardo Schultz. 3 men back to return, standing at the 10-yard line for the Hawks.
Great boot.
That is a high kick, and that is going to travel easily into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback for this Hermon Hawk offense.
Well, you talk about the kicker, and Schultz is a great kicker for Fryeburg. He's had field goals of 42, 34 yards this year. He's a great kicker.
And in a state championship game where points could be at a premium, that is an X factor.
Well, we just saw him kick it in the end zone, and the wind didn't affect him there.
No, he got that comfortably into the end zone. So Hermon's going to start at the 20. Looking like Coach pointed out, Coach Coughlin, A.J. Knight here with you, our first of 2 state championship games. And weather going to be maybe a factor. Rain, none whatsoever. Wind started to pick up. But for Hermon coming under center, Ethan Curtis at the 20-yard line. 3 backs behind him. He's going to turn around, hand it off, going through the middle, diving forward towards the 25. That was Bruce Coulter. Not a ton of space there, but is able to dive through the offensive line and get, we'll call it 5.
Coulter, one of their 4 offensive backs, runs very well. 90 carries and 874 yards on the year, so you'll see a lot of him, A.J.
And there, 3 again. It was a loaded backfield. You had 3 back there, 3 again behind Curtis. 2nd and 5 at the 25, first drive of the game. Hermon Hawks on offense. Turn around, it's going to go right up the gut. Not a ton of space there. Surging forward a little bit, and Hermon ball carry before going down maybe the 27. There's just not a ton of room there on that one. It was Hopkins trying to power his way through.
Yeah, he's their bowling ball. They want to give him the ball, and it's going to be 3rd and about 4, but Hopkins is their go-to back. He's the big kid, but you know Fryeburg's waiting for him.
So already a 3rd down here for the Hermon Hawk offense. Give Hopkins 2 yards on that one as he tried to power through. So 3rd and 3 at the 7, a minute gone here in the first quarter. Back under center's Curtis, still 3 backs right behind him. They get set, going to turn around now. They're going to do a double handoff. Bursting through the line of scrimmage and a shoestring tackle there was Coulter as they ran that double handoff, and he swept to the right side, and he's able to cross the 30 and pick up a 1st down.
Well, Coulter right then looked upfield, got his shoulders squared, got into the secondary. Made a nice gain out of that.
Yeah, shoestring tackle prevented what could have been a big gain. As it stands, he gets his way up to the 33-yard line. So he picks up 6. Importantly for Hermon, 1st down, move the chains, keep that clock running, and just sort of kind of ease yourself into this game because you know both these teams are going to be up here with that adrenaline.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And coaching wants to do that as well. You want to keep this close to the vest for a long while.
Full house backfield, 1 receiver either side. 1st and 10 for Hermon. Curtis takes a snap, going to turn it off, hand it to the deep man who's going to get up to about the 35 and nothing more. Man, maybe not even that. On that carry, that was Hopkins again.
Yeah, Hopkins again. He shares the load with Coulter, but he's their break. They try to get him to the edge with quick pitches, so be wary of that in a long situation.
Yeah, triangle backfield on that case. Hopkins was the man at the point, and then two running backs flanking out beside him. He only picks up, call it a yard and a half. Second and 9 here, just past the 34. Shotgun formation spread, 2-2. Man comes in motion out of the slot. That's Hopkins. He's going to get it on the sweep, trying to turn the corner, and he gets popped in the backfield, and that is probably going to be a loss.
I think Fryeburg seen that on film, AJ, as the defensive end just stepped up and comfortably made the tackle.
That was Coulter, on that sweep coming out of the left side slot. He got hit as he tried to turn it upfield, and officially goes down as no gain. I think you could have called that probably 2nd and 8. Well, it's 3rd and 9 officially, though, on the 34. So 3rd and long here.
First big play right here.
Yes, it is for the Hermon Hawks.
You airing it out there, Coach?
I mean, again, flag?
Yeah, a little
Trying
bit.
to find a flag to see what the weather indication is. I'm not seeing one. So 3rd and 9 here from the 34. Under 9 minutes to go. Hermon got 3 to the right side, rolling out that way is Curtis. Curtis under pressure. Curtis throws that, nothing on it. That's going to fall short, and it'll be a 4th down for Hermon, and I think they will likely have to punt.
Well, we saw Curtis, left-handed quarterback, again, only a sophomore, got flushed out of the pocket, but he looks comfortable doing that, AJ, so we may see more of that.
Yeah, that one a little tough for Curtis. They had 3 receivers here to that near side. That's the side he rolled out to, but sort of had his body kind of contorted wrong, so just couldn't get anything on the throw.
And we'll see what type of wind we have now in effect, as it looks like they're punting into the wind.
Good snap. Oh, that is blocked. It took a little bit extra step, and that one is blocked, and Fryeburg's going to fall on it with great field position at about their own at the Hermon 37.
You see so much of this in this day and age where the punter tries to get a better angle, takes a couple too many steps, and that time he was flooded with defenders.
That was a clean snap. Handling it was Dunton, and he had a chance there to punt that, and like Coach said, took an extra couple steps, and by the time he did, that one was blocked, and Fryeburg Academy, who's been great all season, is going to start with 1st and 10 at the Hermon 37.
That window just closed quickly.
Comes out in the spread formation, handout to the tailback. That's Ruiz trying to bounce it outside, tries to turn the corner, cuts back, little juke move. Hesitation, does a nice job and gets out near the 20. That is going to be a big gain for Fryeburg on the first play, offensive play of the game for them.
Daniel Ruiz is their go-to back, and he got to the edge that time, got out of bounds, and a big 1st down for Fryeburg Academy.
Yeah, he threw a little hesitation there on the sideline, froze 2 defenders, and he was able to get about 7 more yards after that. As it stands, gain of 16, 1st and 10 from the Hermon 21. In the shotgun is Benny Arnason. He's got 3 receivers far side. That's the wide side of the field. He's going to turn around, hand it to Ruiz. He's trying to sweep out that way, trying to bounce it outside, wrapped up at about the 20s. It was strung out well by Hermon, and it's going to be a short gain, but still great field position Fryeburg operating with here. Chance to take command, and I think you got a pretty favorable spot, actually.
Yeah, Hermon did a nice job on that, is extending to the sideline. But listen, this Fryeburg Academy team, they wherever they are on the field, they're a 4-down team. They go for it on 4th down almost every time.
They're for sure here. 2 yards there for Ruiz, so 2nd and 8 here from the 19.
Interesting story on the quarterback. We'll get to it in just a second.
One back to either side of Arnason. Going to take the snap, fakes it to Ruiz, goes the other way. That's to Boone. Boone just flows through the middle, breaks another tackle, and he is in 19 yards to the house. Fryeburg Academy goes up 6-0 here early.
Ty Boone was not to be denied. Hand on his shoulder at the goal line, and he shugged that off and got to the end zone. First big score, and Fryeburg knots it.
Boone there. They faked it to Ruiz as they kind of crossed each other. He goes through the middle, broke a tackle, then about the 3-4 yard line, got tackled up high, was able to shrug it off, keep his balance, and he powers in for the 19-yard touchdown.
Schultz is going to kick this one into the concession stand.
Yeah, they might have to track that one down. It might land on the roof.
It went into the concession stand.
So Fryeburg Academy starts with great field position, and they strike first. 7:39 here to go in the first quarter, and they are already up 7-0. You are listening to high school football state championships on The Score.
At Central Maine Community College, your future is our priority.
I'm going to be a preschool teacher,
an HVAC technician,
pediatric nurse.
Whether your college journey is starting here,
I'm going to be an architect,
physical therapist,
I'm going to be a lawyer,
or we're a stop along the way.
I'm going to be a doctor.
a machinist.
honestly not 100% sure yet.
With over 40 programs,
I'm going to be a graphic designer,
An athletic trainer.
there is something for everyone.
CMCC.
Your future starts here.
Great field position for Fryeburg Academy, and they take advantage. Takes them, 4 plays to go that 37 yards and score. Ty Boone caps it off with a 19-yard touchdown run. So Hermon finds themselves trailing here rather quickly. 7:39 to go here in this first quarter, and the Raiders are already up 7-0.
Herman saying, is that what state championship football is like?
And again, both these teams, as that one is booted by Schultz again, comfortably into the end zone.
My goodness.
Take a second here to let you know that high school sports on the Scores brought to you by Central Maine Community College. More than just a community college, over 40 academic degrees and certificates, one of the lowest tuition rates in New England. Just go to cmcc.edu. Your future starts now.
Well, Fryeburg, as we know, is a boarding school, and many of their students come from out of the country. And the quarterback, about midway through the season, Benny Arneson, got a chance to take over, and he's from Iceland, and they're 5-1 since he's taken over.
He looked good on that one, so Herman's going to start again. They're going to hand off sweeping lefty and spun around in the backfield and tackled hard with Sam Hopkins. He tried to bounce that out to the left, and that was a no-go.
Is that a stone wall that he just hit?
A very, very, very big tackle there. I'm amazed that he got one out of that one. I'm going to be honest with you, because he did not get the ball very long.
Fryeburg, very, very big up front. I mean, you're looking at this defensive line, and my goodness, they're as big as any class that we've seen.
So they're going to give him 2nd and 9 from the 21. Herman going to come out with those 3 running backs behind Curtis again. He's going to turn around, trying to sweep to the right side. That's Coulter. He's able to get to the second level and then hit up high and hard by the linebacker. That was Malik So who took him down.
Coulter having a great day offensively. As you said, he does fine and gets into that secondary, but he quickly knifes through the defensive line.
So Coulter gets up to we'll call it the 28, so give him 7 on that one.
Big play again, AJ.
Yeah, 3rd and long 2 here for Herman.
Don't want to turn it over.
Yeah, Coulter's going to get it again, wrapped up in the backfield. He breaks away, though. He's got a chance to bounce it to the outside. Tries to stay on his feet, and he's not going to get there. Good pursuit as Jager Hellwig came out of the secondary to track him down. Coulter should have been tackled for a massive loss. Great balance to stay up, but as he tried to reverse the field, just couldn't break contain, and he's actually going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, it was a great athletic play by Coulter because he didn't have anything. When he came back to the edge, I mean, he met all types of Fryeburg Academy defenders. They got to throw the ball. Herman's got to get the ball in the air.
Herman's going to have to here. They're going to punt again. Again, loss of a yard. So 3 and out here for the Herman Hawks, already trailing 7-0 as we tick under 6 minutes to go in this first quarter. Rolling, looking for a fake, still rolling. The punter's going to get tackled, and Herman is going to give Fryeburg Academy great field position again as Dunton rolled out to his right yet again, trying to look for something to throw downfield, and instead he just found himself in the big hands of Malik So.
We talked earlier, AJ, that sometimes these teams come in tight and sometimes, one of those plays that's a game changer, a fake punt, a fake pass, that time Fryeburg was having none of that.
Well, Herman, I think, trying to take your advice, Coach, and dig into the bag, as it were, to find some momentum. Instead, they give a Fryeburg Academy team with a 7-0 lead, 1st and 10 from the Herman 22. Arneson in the shotgun. Going to hand it off to Big So. No, he's going to keep it himself. Breaks through the opening line. He's got a chance to cut this up. He does. 5-10. Touchdown. As that one was easy. The whole defense rode with So. He broke through the middle. I scratched that. Hold on. We got a flag.
That's got to be holding.
I would think you were correct, as I was trying to catch up with my mouth was trying to catch up with my brain there.
But AJ was a late one. I think the runner was well by that spot.
Did not see it. I think you're probably right. It's going to be holding downfield as I'm waiting for the signal here.
Arneson
is blocking a back, actually.
Oh, okay.
But regardless, so Arneson took that out from 22 yards pretty easily and instead holding penalty going to look like put it right back at the original line of scrimmage. So 10-yard penalty, but it's going to be 1st and 10 again.
Ty Boone, only a junior. Boy, he's a smooth-looking runner for the Raiders.
And that one, I think you saw that looked like Hermon. The whole defense went with Sau as he got the handoff. He's going to stay in with Arneson. He's going to be to the right of him. 2 receivers here, near side, wide side of the field, 1 far side. That's Boone in the Wildcat. Good call, Coach. He comes through the middle, breaks a tackle there, and then he's going to get gang tackled as he stayed on his feet. Still going to be a solid gain for Boone taking that Wildcat snap.
Yeah, Boone is the second quarterback, but they do use him, as you said, in a Wildcat, and he's excellent.
Boone takes it from the 22 down to the 17, so he picks up 5 on 1st and 10. 2nd and 5 here, 5:06 to go in the first quarter. Fryeburg Academy already up 7-0, and I think Boone's going to stay out there.
Yeah.
Boone, Wildcat QB, he's already got a rushing touchdown. He's flanked by a running back either side. Going to fake the handoff to Sau, then that one's going to go to Hellwig. Hellwig tries to bounce it outside near that 1st down marker. Just won't go down on initial contact before he's snowed under by a ton of Hermon defenders, but that should be close to a Raider 1st down.
Jagger Hellwig, a senior. Again, they've got a stable of running backs. I mean, they can feature 4 or 5 different kids. Big play coming up.
As Hellwig gets up to the 13, so he picked up 4. It's going to be 3rd and short, 3rd and 1 here.
Coach David Turner from Fryeburg, when he speaks to the quarterbacks, he speaks to both quarterbacks who've been in the game. You can almost tell by the body language who's in and who's not.
It's still going to be Boone here. Sau to his left. He's going to hand it to him, cutting up the middle. He's going to run into a bunch of defenders, but I think plow forward near the 10, easily picking up that 1st down for Fryeburg.
Still can get another 1st down. Fryeburg knocking on the door once again.
Yep, good call, Coach. So the nose of the football just shy of the 10. So going to be 1st and 10 with a chance to pick up the 1st down just inside the 1 here for Fryeburg.
And Fryeburg in no hurry offensively. They take their full complement of time prior to the snap.
And especially, too, a chance here to go up 2 scores, 3:36 here to go in the first. Fryeburg Academy up 7-0. 1st and 10, we'll call it at the 11.
Nice.
Boone's in there. He's going to fake it out. Breaks through the middle. Nobody there. 11 yards, pretty much untouched. And Boone picks up his 2nd touchdown of the day.
Well, I'll tell you, shifty runner Ty Boone, everything was cleared out in front of him. He looked up and he couldn't believe it.
Fryeburg Academy does a nice job. They got all those fake handoffs, and they've handed him off a bunch. And then that one, so just picked up the 1st down. Defense just split wide open, parted like the Red Seas, and Boone just went right up the gut, 11 yards for 6.
Wasn't even close.
No, it was not. And so that makes it 13-0. Here comes the extra point. I imagine Schultz is going to put one of these eventually on the roof of Lewiston High School.
They've put the hot dogs away.
He kicks it. That is up and good.
Oh, my God, he did it again.
Just like that, 2 short fields, 2 touchdowns. Fryeburg Academy finds themselves up 14-0 with just 3:25 left here in this first quarter. You are listening to high school state championship football on The Score.
Looking to begin or further your career in manufacturing and don't know where to start? Mid-State Machine is in need of CNC machinists at our Winslow facility, where we manufacture components for some of the most exciting industries: aerospace, defense, power generation. I'm Jeremy Stanford, manufacturing manager, and I personally want to invite you to come learn about the great pay and benefits Mid-State Machine has to offer. To apply, visit midstateusa.com. That's midstateusa.com, an equal opportunity employer. Come grow with us.
AJ Knight, Coach Coughlin here with you, and in this Class C, combined C and D there, which will come up next, do not worry, we will have 2 today. In this Class C state championship football game, 3:25 here to go in the first quarter as the ball blows off the tee, and Fryeburg Academy already off to a commanding 14-0 lead. That being said, Coach, it's, I think, easier to build up that kind of lead when you start with the ball at the Hermon 37 and then the Hermon 22.
Yeah, I mean, it's typical of a young team that hasn't been here. Their nerves are frayed. But the question is, AJ, what do they do now?
We'll see. Schultz going to boot this one away.
Oh, my goodness.
And he is going to comfortably stick that one in the end zone again. His 3rd touchback already gives us a chance to let you know that high school sports on The Score, of course, brought to you by Central Maine Motors Auto Group in Waterville, the dealer with no dock fees, where cars and trucks cost you less. online at cmautogroup.com. So Hermon finding themselves in a position, as you said, Coach, last drive after they had to punt again, fake punt went awry, need to find a way to move the ball through the air because you could tell, I think, with their offensive schematics, not really a team that wants to get behind by a ton.
No, I don't think they can produce a lot of points quickly. I tell you, I'm just Ricardo Schultz of Fryeburg. If there's any college teams here scouting, that kid's got to play college football because he's got a leg.
QB change here for Hermon. I think that's Keyser, the freshman. He's going to fake the jet sweep and take it himself.
Now, he's not a big boy.
No, he is not a big kid. Again, that's double check here. Nope, I take that back. On the wild card, I thought that was 9, but I believe that was actually Coulter in it being the ball carrier again, and he's going to pick up just 2.
Yeah, and their running backs certainly are smallish, and Fryeburg is just eating them alive. We haven't seen them yet go to the air, AJ. I think that's the way out if they can successfully throw into the teeth of this wind.
Matt Curtis back out there, the QB. He's got a spread formation, 2 receivers either side. Running back Hopkins flanking to his left. Hopkins going to get it going up the gut. Initially contact. He's able to power through the first leg tackle. He's going to fall down, though, at the 25. Minimal gain, I think about 3 yards there for Hopkins.
Well, it's going to bring up a 3rd and 5, and this is what they featured the last 2 trips. And if it's another 3 and out, this ball game could be over very quickly. 4 and out, excuse me.
Yeah, I mean they got a chance, I think, really to Fryeburg Academy gets another stop right here. They got a chance, I think, to kind of run away and hide with this one as we tick down to 2 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Well, AJ, this one's taken a little bit longer to call in the huddle. That's usually typical of a pass play.
All right, we'll see 3 receivers far side of the field. Curtis in the shotgun, running back to his right. Fakes a handoff there, short little jet screen. Trying to pop out, break a tackle. Nice initial hit there as breaking the initial tackle Hopkins did, but he couldn't keep his balance, and then he gets tackled after a minimal gain, maybe a yard.
If you're the Hermon coach, Kyle Gallant, you thought very quickly about going for this rather than turning the ball over to Fryeburg, but he's now thought about it and said, I'm going to punt it.
Yeah, Hopkins got the trying to go for that little tunnel jailbreak screen. Just initially, he had to break a tackle and then just couldn't quite get his feet. Only picks up 2, so 4th and 3 here from the 27. And Hermon is in punt formation again.
Get the blocks.
Dunn rolls out to the right side. Whew, that was close. And that punt takes a friendly bounce, a little bit short again, kicking in the wind, but it takes a nice roll, and it's going to go give Fryeburg their worst field position of the day at their own 35.
Great kick into the wind, took a nice roll. We'll see who comes out for to be the quarterback, and it looks again like it's going to be Ty Boone, who scored both of the Fryeburg touchdowns today.
High school sports on the score brought to you by KMD Driving School in Oakland, teaching your kids to drive for over 25 years. And Kennebec Eye Care, 216 Main Street in Waterville, your site specialist. It is going to be Boone in the shotgun. Got a running back to his right, 3 receivers here near side. That's the wide side of the field. He's going to hand off. Ruiz did not get a clean carry on that. There's a fumble, and Hermon picks it up. That is exactly what the Hawks needed to get back in this game, and it happened. They ran same action they've run, that just little mesh action, and just Ruiz did not get a clean handle on it.
Exactly. The ball was never in the hands of the ball carrier, and Hermon got a hand on it as well. Nice play.
So just like that, Fryeburg Academy looked to really put this one already under lock and key. Hermon finds some life here as they're going to start at the Fryeburg Academy 35.
Now you want to go back to your basic offensive format. What did you plan when you came into this game? You're over the helter-skelter part. Now relax.
Curtis under center, going to have 3 running backs behind him again. Directly behind him is Hopkins. Turn around, they're going to try and sweep to the left side. That's Hopkins, and he gets hit right as he gets the offensive line. Maybe falls forward for 1.
Fans can't see it, but I'm curious as to why the backs have the staggered stance for Hermon. I haven't seen that in years, but you'll see all 3 backs have a staggered stance when they come up to set up their offense.
Yeah, we'll see. I think that's I don't have no clue. I'm going to give credit to Ashton Genty of Boise State, who seemed to get the publicity for it. But
the staggered step.
There was a fullback for I'll get to it after this play. So 2nd and 9 here from the 34. Curtis in the shotgun. Hopkins to his right, 3 receivers left side. They're going to hand off to Hopkins going up the gut, able to get through the initial line, but he runs into linebackers in a hurry.
AJ, there's no line push at all.
No.
I mean, Fryeburg is filling all the gaps.
Yeah, in that case there, he at least initially got through the defensive line, but Patrick Sow, that big linebacker sitting in the middle, number 33 for the Raiders. He just waiting there for any ball carry that comes through, and I think that will be the final play of the first quarter. So after one in the Class C state championship football game, it is Fryeburg Academy 14, Hermon 0, but driving. We will be back for the second quarter. You're listening to high school football state championships on The Score.
It's that moment when everything comes to a halt.
Mom, is everything okay?
It's okay. We can call for some help.
And what you need most is someone you can trust.
201 Service, this is Brandon speaking. How can I help you?
Hi, yeah, my car just broke down. I think I need some help.
At 201 Service, we know it's more than just about fixing what's broken. It's about being there when it matters most.
Not to worry, ma'am. We have your location, and help is already on its way.
Don't worry, honey. Help's on the way.
Okay, Mom.
Wherever you are, whatever the time, you can count on us to be there. Because in those uncertain moments, knowing you're not alone makes all the difference. 201 Service, Maine's trusted towing and recovery partner since 1984.
AJ Knight, Coach Coughlin here with you at Lewiston High School Class C State Championship football. 14-0 Fryeburg Academy up over Hermon after one. Hermon with the ball here gives us a chance to let you know high school sports on The Score. Brought to you by Whittemore & Sons, your Coyote tractor dealer, sales and service by family that cares. And Coach, Hermon finds themselves in a familiar position here. Plus side of the field, but 3rd and long.
Yeah, certainly 4-down territory for Hermon, so that's one plus. But they got to be able to go to the air, AJ. They're with the wind this time.
Curtis, high snap. He's going to roll out to his right side, roll out, fires that near sideline through the hands. That was actually right where it needed to be, but unable to hold on as he was going to the ground was Griffin Dunton for the Hermon Hawks.
And Ty Boone got a hand in defensively. He's not only a great offensive threat, but he may be one of their better defensive players, Ty Boone.
That was just a little comeback route with a bootleg. Not a ton on it, but I thought hit Dunton in the numbers, but just could not hang on to it as he went to the ground.
And he had him open.
Yeah, again, that was a pretty good throw. So 4th and 8 here. Feeling like crunch time already for Hermon. Shotgun again. Hopkins to the right of Curtis. 3 receivers near side. That's the short side of the field. He's going to roll out to that right side again. Looking. They run the same play, but miscommunication. There is nobody in the vicinity wearing a black jersey for the Hermon Hawks. And that is going to be another turnover on downs. And Curtis got hit hard there afterwards, and he is real slow to come to this sideline.
Yeah, I'm not liking this state championship stuff, he says.
He still hadn't gotten off the field.
Yeah, they got to look at him because he rattled us.
He got dropped on there as he took the bootleg, and he's taking some shots here early, despite the fact Hermon really hadn't thrown the ball.
Hello, guys. He's your quarterback. Let's get someone to him.
He's going to stretch it out. Fryeburg Academy takes over here. 1st and 10 from their own 33. Gave Hermon a chance there on the fumble. Boone's going to stay out there at QB. He's going to hand off to Sow going up the middle, and he is popped as soon as he gets to the line of scrimmage, and he is taken down. That was Hopkins who met him and stopped his momentum immediately.
And for the first time, we hear the Hermon crowd come to life.
Much needed, and they're going to give – I'm surprised they gave him a yard out of that. I thought that was pretty close to line of scrimmage, but Sow picks up a yard. So Fryeburg's going to have 2nd and 9 here from their own 34. That was a great push there as Hopkins shot through and stopped Sow's momentum immediately. He's going to stay in the backfield. He's to the right of Boone in the shotgun, 2 receivers far side. Now they clear out the near side of the field. That man comes in motion. Boone rolls out to the right. Looking downfield, stop, under pressure, jukes a defender, now tries to break through, gets to the initial line of scrimmage, still on his feet, spins past the 1st down, he's still up, and finally, after his offensive lineman and a few more defenders gather around, he goes down just past the 45 as Boone makes something out of nothing and picks up about 12 yards. They put him down at the 45, 1st and 10 for the Raiders.
Hermon certainly had him garnered for a loss, but you said it right. Spun like a top and picked up that 1st down, and it's a big 1st down.
We tick 1 minute gone here in the second quarter. Fryeburg Academy up 14-0 over Hermon. Class C state championship football game at Lewiston High School.
Every time it appears that Hermon has a chance to get back into the game, Fryeburg says no.
Boone takes a snap again, split backfield. Shows going to get it, trying to sweep left. Nothing there. Does a nice job being patient. Gets up to the second level, runs into Hopkins, who finally takes him down, but not for he picks up about 8.
Very, very simple here is Hermon is so excited. They're overextending on their defensive pursuit.
Good call.
They're well ahead of the ball carrier who tries to cut back against the grain.
So picks up 8 there. Good patience. Again, looked like he was going to be tackled in the backfield. Kept his feet active and is able to find a hole he bursts through. Picks up 8, 2nd and 2 here now in Hermon territory at the 47. Boone still in the shotgun. Back to either side of him. This time Ruiz is going to get it. He's trying to sweep out to the right side. Stiff arm there. He's got the sideline. 40, 35. Has to break another tackle. Still up and finally pushed out of bounds at about the 27.
Great edge rush right there. Got to the outside. No one there. Had to stiff arm one defender, but picks up another. Fryeburg first down.
And there, again, looked like they'll officially mark him out at the 30. So 17 yards for Ruiz, And that one, I don't know if you saw there, Coach. Ruiz wanted that ball, and Boone, they had a little tug of war over there for a second. Again, that was what caused the fumble. Wasn't a clean handoff, but as it stands, Ruiz picks up 17. 1st and 10 for Fryeburg Academy at the Hermon 30.
Boone's got that option. He can pull it back if he wants, but you're right. That was in the middle of no man's land.
Come out, so is going to be the back to the left here of Boone. 3 receivers here, near side. That's the wide side. Now Ruiz comes in motion. They fake the sweep to him. Boone's going to try and get out to the left. He's tackled to the backfield. Flag comes out. He stays on his feet, and he's finally taken down at about the 34. As it stands, be about a 4-yard loss, but that flag came out pretty quick.
Yeah, in an interesting call. They were certainly holding on the play before, and I think this sideline official says, I missed that one, I got to get this one.
So as it stands, they put him at the 35. It would be a 5-yard loss as we wait for the penalty pending. So it would be 2nd and 15 from the Hermon.
Do you take it, AJ?
Gosh.
I don't want them to have another down.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. So it is going to be a hold, and I think they are going to take it.
And they're going the wrong way with it.
He's marking it off, I think, from the spot. So mark that one down. We'll see how this plays out. Could have been 2nd and 15 from the Hermon 35. As it stands, it's going to be 1st and 20 from the Hermon 40. So they took 5 extra yards, but they gave Fryeburg the down back. Let's see what happens here with this Raiders offense. So Boone's going to come out, shotgun pistol this time. As shows behind him now, he sort of steps up to his left. Up man in the backfield is Ruiz. Fake it. He's going to throw. A little short pass. He had Ruiz wide open in the seam, but he just worm-burned it to him.
Wow. Every receiver was open. That was the most obvious right there. And the pass was just low. Ruiz certainly had all kinds of running room.
Yeah, running down the other seam. That was the left seam, basically just outside the hash marks. Michael Malaya was running down the right seam, deeper down the field, wide open too. They got him on that play action, but again, Boone just sort of worm-burned it up to Ruiz, running his full speed, tried to pick that up off his shoelaces.
Interesting that they've changed quarterbacks in this game.
Yeah, it started with Arneson and then immediately went to Boone. He's got the 2 rushing touchdowns. He's going to be in the shotgun again. So to his right, confusion.
Yeah.
And Fryeburg Academy's going to take a timeout. So Fryeburg Academy, 2nd and 20 at the Hermon 40. They're up 14-0. 9:19 here to go in the second quarter. They take a timeout. We will take one too. You are listening to high school Class C state championship football on The Score.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, no matter how big or small, depend on Hammond Lumber Company for the products and services you need. The knowledgeable staff at Hammond Lumber will be with you every step of the way and keep your project on schedule. From free estimating and project planning to design and drafting services, an extensive product inventory with a wide variety of brands to choose from, and of course, Hammond delivers from any of the locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
For us, it's a family business that is steeped in tradition. You know, our relationship with Waterville goes back a long ways. Over the years, we've been fortunate enough to grow, and we've been able to grow with the town. We look at the work that we do as something bigger than just the sale of a car or the servicing of an automobile. We're here to be a part of something bigger than just ourselves by giving back to the community with our time and our energy, because it's all about taking care of people.
Welcome back as got just a Fryeburg Academy, did us a favor there as we were just a smidge tardy. Arneson came back at a QB, but a false start backs it up to 2nd and 25. So, Coach, initially here, Hermon looks like they made the right call taking that holding penalty because now it's going to be 2nd and 25 for the Raiders as they keep going the wrong way.
Well, as long as you don't open up the passing door for Fryeburg, which we haven't had to see, and that's a part of the game. And now we have Arneson back in the game. The original quarterback is back in the game. He may be their throwing quarterback.
He's going to stay in. Shotgun, so to his right. 2 receivers far side of the field. Takes it, fakes the handoff, play action, look at deep. He's got Boone and 2 receivers there, and he dropped it in the middle. Boone on the outside receiver came back in, and then he had also Malaya there running down the seam. Both of them had a step, but he sort of dropped it in between both of them, and it goes incomplete.
I guess they must play football in Iceland because that was a very well-thrown ball.
Very good ball.
I mean, goodness.
Again, just ended up, it was a very beautifully thrown ball.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, accuracy a little bit off as he dropped it between 2 open receivers on not only would have been a first down, probably a touchdown.
But you don't see a lot of quarterbacks that put air under the ball.
Yeah, that's good. Touch.
Very
touch,
nice touch.
Yeah, something that comes late. So as it stands, 3rd and 25 here for this Hermon Hawks defense, already trailing 14-0. Running back to either side to Arneson.
Could be a turning point.
Fake the handoff. Boone gets it and gets hit in the backfield immediately. So Hermon gets the ball back. Fryeburg gets the ball back, and all they do is go backwards.
Well, this is what you want if you're Hermon. You're strutting your stuff right now, and you're forcing Fryeburg to punt. You don't want any penalties. You don't want a roughing the kicker
Good call.
at this point.
So that was a loss of, I'm going to call it 3. We'll call it a long 2. So it's 4th and 27 as Boone loses 2. And Fryeburg going to punt for the first time today as Hermon finds that stop they needed. Low snap. Boone, high punt. That one's going to bounce. Hermon nowhere near. They're going to let that one bounce. I think fair catch, it kind of just sputtered out there, but fair catch would have saved you some yards. Instead, it's going to go down at the 12. So this Hermon offense now comes out after defense does get a stop, and, man, they got a ways to go.
But they are pinned back, and there can be no mistakes. They've got to have their offense at their best, or Fryeburg, again, is knocking on the door.
So they officially are actually going to put it down at the 13. So Hermon trailing 14-0. Starts 1st and 10 on their own 13, 8:25 here to go in the first half.
I think you've got to try to get Hopkins to the outside. Somehow, some way, you got to get him to run the edge.
See there, they're going to go with the Wildcat again. Hermon is. High snap, plucked out of the air by Coulter, trying to get out to that left side, and as he tries to turn his shoulders upfield, gets hit. Going to go out of bounds for a minimal gain, maybe 2.
Well, certainly there's nothing inside for them. They've got to get to the outside, and if the quarterback's going to keep it, then Hopkins has got to lead the edge. He's got to get that block on the edge.
Coulter there took the Wildcat snap as Curtis is going to come back in, starting QB for the Hermon Hawks. Tried to go to that left side, and just not much space there. He picked up 2. It's going to be 2nd and 8 from the 15. Tick under 8 minutes here to go in the first half. Class C state championship football. A.J. Knight, Coach Coughlin with you. Curtis under center. Going to have 3 running backs behind him again. They all go different directions. They're going to try and sweep inside tackle that right side. I think it was Hopkins, and he's going to get past the 15, but again, 3 yards maybe.
You know, all the fakes and all the handoffs in that type of offensive scheme sometimes takes too long. And if you can't hold that defensive line, you're in big trouble.
Coulter on the carry again. And he picked up 3 yards. So here, 3rd and 5 for Hermon. And as you said, best case scenario on those little sweeps, anything inside is occasionally Hermon is blocked it at the initial line of scrimmage, but not getting pushed. And that second level just cleaning it up.
Yeah, somehow, again, you got to get to the outside with some effectiveness.
3rd and 5 here. Big 3rd down for Hermon, trailing 14-0. Curtis under center, 3 running backs again. They're going to try and sweep to the right side. No play action. He's going to throw it up. That's going to hang up there. Boone had it. It's deflected and ends up in the hands of the Hermon receiver. That went right through Boone's hands and dropped into Tyler Corson's hands, who was behind him. And as it stands, it's a monster 3rd down conversion.
Christmas early for Hermon.
Well, you know, sometimes to win a state champion, not sometimes, to win a state championship game, you need a little bit of luck.
Wow.
And that ends up going as a huge completion. They go from the 18 up to their own 45, 27 yards, an interception gift wrapped for Boone, and he just lets it go through his hands.
Oh, my goodness. Can they add to it? That's what you want right there. Is that Hopkins right up the gut?
Hopkins right up the gut, as Coach said, picks up 7 himself. And so 27 yards on the big pass play. Now you got 7. And to your point, Coach, luck, definitely luck. But I think getting that big pass play, I think kind of opened up, at least maybe backed up got the Fryeburg defense on their heels a little bit.
Well, you got Fryeburg talking to each other right now, which is a bad sign.
2nd and 3 here. Turn around, Hopkins again up the gut, breaks through the initial arm tackle. He runs into a block. He had an offensive lineman with a pancake block. Hopkins had his head down and he stumbles over it. Does pick up the first down as he grabs 4 more. And now Hermon strung together 2 first downs here on 3 plays, and they've got it at the Fryeburg 44.
The gutsiest player right now is the quarterback, Ethan Curtis, who got pancaked the last series, and he's in there and trying to distribute the ball to his running backs.
Quick snap again. They go to Hopkins again, and this time Fryeburg Academy says you can't run that 3 straight times.
No.
As he runs into, again, big Malik Snow, the middle linebacker, who came up, and that was a tackle that made the ground shake.
Very well done, AJ. I could feel it right here.
Yeah, so that is a gain of just a yard. So 2nd and 9, and to your point, Coach, Curtis, the quarterback for Hermon,
he's hurt.
He's got a noticeable limp.
Yeah, he's gotten it out.
2nd and 9 here for Hermon. 5:28 here to go. They're trailing 14-0. They're in plus territory at the 43 of Fryeburg. Curtis dropped the snap, turn around. Now they're going to sweep to Hopkins, and Hopkins is going to get nothing and like it as he run into a whole host of Raider defenders.
Just a little bit of timing off on that. They can't get to the edge. Going to be 3rd down, 4th down now. No, that's third down. Excuse me.
Yeah, 3rd down is that. No gain there. So 3rd down and 9 here for Hermon. Plus territory. They're at the Fryeburg 43.
They're bringing in, this is their receiver crew right here.
Curtis is going to be in the shotgun. Hopkins to his left. 3 receivers to the far side of the field. 1 here near side. Curtis takes the snap. Hands off to Hopkins, trying to spread it out. That one a little bit off as he had to wait a second to get that one as a high snap. He's going to get across the 40, I think maybe to the 39, not put him at the 40. So just a gain there of 4 yards. Give me 3 yards.
Okay, Coach, do you punt this away and go into halftime 2 touchdowns down, or go for it and chance Fryeburg gets great field position?
I mean, I feel like you got to send the message to your team that we're in it, don't you?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, it's state championship. So it's going to be 4th and 5 here. Hermon at the Fryeburg 40. They've got to get the 34 as it's just past the 40. And before we get this play, Hermon going to take their first timeout. So they've got a 4th down pending. 14-0, Fryeburg Academy on top. 4:07 left to go here in this first half in the Class C state championship football game. We'll be back after this break. You're listening to High School Football on the Score.
Over 30 years ago, Paul and John A. Bowen set out on a mission to help aging Mainers stay in their own homes. Assistance Plus grew from their passion, dedication, and integrity where clients come first. Today, Assistance Plus serves not only the elderly, but clients with developmental and behavioral health challenges. Assistance Plus is here for you today and through all points of your life.
Hi, this is Mike Perkins from KMD Driving School. I've been instructing your children in driver's ed for years. We're accepting new students for the fall and winter classes. Let the professionals teach your children. Call 465-4835. Sign them up for KMD Driving School. New classes begin every 3 weeks. Call 465-4835, 465-4835, or visit us online at kmddrivingschool.com. The journey begins with us. KMD Driving School.
4th and 5 here for Hermon, needing this conversion. Curtis brings a man in motion, fakes it right over the middle. Easy pass to Dunton. He breaks the tackle, still on his feet, and he's going to go down about the 20. That was a really nifty little play there. Again, just a little play action and a slant, and he catches that one in perfect stride.
Curtis that time, following the fake handoff, got his feet set. He was able to throw the ball for the first time without being flushed. And that made all the difference.
Nice play there for Dunton. So he goes from the 44 officially to the 22. Pick up 22 yards. 2 big pass plays on this drive. And Hermon's got 1st and 10 from the Fryeburg 22, 3:38. They're trailing by 2 touchdowns. Chance to cut into that. Curtis got Hopkins to his right here. Split formation. 2 receivers each side. Man in motion. Comes on the left slot. Fake to him. Hopkins going to get up with the gut. And that was the first time Hopkins hadn't seen anybody. Could have, I think, leaped over the defender there, but didn't get, I think, a touchdown-saving tackle there as they were able to knock Hopkins off his feet. Well, he gets up to the 15. Sorry, Coach.
Caught Fryeburg in a blitz. And Hopkins got right past the initial line charge, got into the secondary. One more of those, and we got a game.
Yeah, that's good. Again, I think Hopkins, if he's a little more nimble on his feet, that's 6. Instead, though, 7-yard gain, so 2nd and 3. 3 minutes here to go in this first half. They're going to stay spread out. Curtis in the shotgun, Hopkins to his left, 2 receivers either side. Coming in motion, the receiver from the right side slot. He takes it, breaks through initially, and then hit the second level. I think going to be good enough for a first down.
Going to be close.
See where that sideline judge comes in and marks it off, I think at the 17.
Yeah, that's not a friendly spot.
Which is going to be, I thought the same as you. So I think that's going to be short by 6 inches maybe.
You don't want to get too funny with a call right here. Just plug it up the middle, and I'd go with Hopkins.
Yeah, I'm with you. So we'll give that one Sam Hopkins, the receiver, the carry there, picks up 2. As Coach said, Max Hopkins, the big running back, the one he's talking about, and they're going to come out again, that full house backfield. 3 running backs behind Curtis under center. Turn around, no surprise, Hopkins gets it, powers his way through into the second level, and he's going to go down inside the 10.
Either there's a new blocking scheme or someone in the middle of that offensive line is having their way with that defensive center.
I'm with you there. All of a sudden, Hermon's starting to get some push. So he takes it down to the 8, give him 5. So 1st and goal here for the Hermon Hawks. 1:49 here to go in the first half. Trying to cut this to a 1-score game. Curtis turns around. Hopkins again. Tries a sidestep at the line of scrimmage again. Runs into a gang of defenders at the second level. He's going to go down, I think, beyond the 8, probably about the 4. So I think another solid 4-yard gain.
Yeah, it is. And this is just smash mouth football. Here it is. Here's our best running back. You stop it.
They put him down at the 4, so 4 yards. 2nd and goal here for the Hawks from the 4.
Poor quarterback. Curtis is hurt.
Yeah,
he's got to run to the sidelines to get the play every time. And there's an equipment problem. There must be blood.
I think that head ref was slapping his arm, so I'm going to guess Hopkins is bleeding.
He is bleeding. You can see it as he comes off the field. He's got a pretty good gash in his upper arm. They'll get that quickly. I'd almost take a time out for this.
With you. Hermon's going to run it anyway. They're going to fake it. That ball's down. As that one comes loose, there was just all sorts of confusion. Curtis takes a shot again as they tried to run kind of a crisscross pattern with those running backs. Curtis takes a shot as he was trying to hand it off to Sam Hopkins. The ball hits the turf. They end up falling on it, but all the way back at the 10.
Yeah, Coach Gallant at the coffee shops on Monday morning, people are going to say, how come we didn't call a timeout when he had to come out? That was a wasted use of a play. Now it's 3rd and goal.
I'm with you because I think you were going to go Hopkins the whole way.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Hermon burns a timeout on the fumble, so it stops the clock with 63 seconds left here in the first half.
Yeah.
But it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 10 as Hermon discusses this, gives us a chance to tell you that high school sports on the score. Of course, brought to you by Mid-State Machine. Looking for a career? Check out the Machinist Development Program at midstateusa.com. And Manchester Motors, your Coyote tractor dealer. We dig dirt. And I apologize. Find myself again in the driver's seat. I space, so we got to give 201 service double quarter breakdowns when we get to the half. Trying to get everything situated for a little bit different broadcast than normal, but we will get to that.
You can do it, AJ.
I'll figure it out.
You can do it.
We got 2 games for me to figure it out.
There you go.
3rd and goal here from the 10 for Hermon. Hopkins.
Interesting call.
Back out there. Hopkins going to be in the slot, near slot.
They got to throw it, AJ.
Yeah, they're going to spread it out. 5 wide for Curtis. Slot man from the left side comes in motion. They let him go by. Curtis going to roll out to the right side.
Got him.
He's under pressure. He's going to get swamped and sacked. And he is going to go down to the backfield. And also, watch out, Coach. I think Curtis planted wrong. Excuse me, Hopkins, the running back, because he's a little slow to get up.
Yeah, he tried to make a block, but he didn't have his body underneath him. Extended that leg, and he's gimping a little bit.
So Curtis trying to bootleg there. He gets sacked, and that is going to be another massive loss. 7 yards. It was 2nd and goal at the 4.
Yeah.
Now it is 4th and goal at the 17.
Yep. They'll remember this. They're shooting themselves in the foot. But I'm telling you, that seam route is open over the middle, but they've just got to get the quarterback a little bit of time. They're trying to get him time by letting him roll out, but he can't see over the defenders.
And the other problem is I think he's rolled out to the same side each time, but to your point, even on those play actions, Fryeburg, I think, is just playing so downhill.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's having the opposite effect. They're just meeting Curtis where he's rolling to.
Yeah, and he's a left-handed quarterback rolling out right. That's another problem, throwing against his body.
Right, yeah, that's also tough. So Hermon comes out of their timeout, fourth and goal, from the 17. The clock stopped with 55 seconds.
I wonder if Hopkins can throw the ball.
We'll see here. 3 receivers near side. Hopkins to the left. Curtis in the shotgun. Slot receiver from the right comes in. High snap. Fake to him. He's going to throw it across the middle. It's picked off.
Touchdown.
That is Ruiz. He's got a chance up the near sideline. He's got a cut back. There. He's got to cut back again. He's going to be swarmed and finally taken down. Monster return as he brings it all the way back to Hermon's 40.
Just read the quarterback's eyes. Stayed in the slot. Hit a little bit. When the ball was thrown, he stepped in, picked it off. Almost off to the races.
Ruiz was able to roll out as they tried to run that play-action slant again. Ruiz rolled out of the linebacker spot, caught that in stride, and quickly got up the near sideline as he took that from, I think, about the 15 of his own 15 up to the Hermon 40. And just like that, 2 timeouts in their pocket, the Raiders went from potentially going into halftime up a score to being able to go into halftime up 3 scores.
Arneson certainly in the game now, so Fryeburg's throwing the ball.
He's going to be in the shotgun. He's got Ruiz to his left, so to his right. 2 receivers near side, none wide side of the field. Fakes to Ruiz, drops back, looking to throw, figures it out to slow, and he just left that one way too short. So had a step there, especially he puts it on. I think he turned up field. Instead, he flattened it out, and he just couldn't track it down. Incomplete.
Got a beautiful throw, and a little bit of question as to who the coach wants in at quarterback, as we see Ty Boone, the owner of the 2 touchdowns, come back in.
Boone checks in, who's been the Wildcat quarterback, but as coach said, he does have 2 rushing touchdowns. First came as a running back, second one came as a quarterback. Arneson does come out as well, so Boone subbed in. Arneson comes back out. 2nd and 10. 2 timeouts for the Raiders. They've got it at the Hermon 40 after the interception from Ruiz.
Boy, Boone's a threat, not just at quarterback.
Shotgun here for Arneson. Ruiz to his right. A little
False
lean
start.
there. I think that should have been 5. A little short route here for Boone. He's going to be able to break a tackle. I thought he was going to go out of bounds. Instead, he's able to tight rope the sideline, and he's going to pick up more than enough for a first down to get out of bounds.
Yeah, great work by Ty that time. Got to the sideline. Again, he almost broke it.
I take that back. Hermon's sideline right there. I thought he got up further. They're going to mark him just short. So 9 yards for Boone. You are right. I saw it with you, Coach.
Yeah.
Ruiz really lean. That should have probably been 5 the other way.
Yeah, officials are trying not to throw the flags in this game, and I credit them. But that was an obvious false start.
3rd and 1 here. Drop the ball. Boone picks it up off the ground. Jukes a defender. Now gets to the second level, and he's got just one man to beat, and he can. A good tackle there from Dunton, but a flag comes in late. And Boone again, a magic man, making something out of nothing.
When he shifts and gets all over the field, it brings up holds, and the official called it right at the end, illegal use of hands. That was at the point of attack. That's a good call.
So despite Boone making something out of nearly a disaster, penalty does go against Fryeburg, so that would have been a big gain, I think, down about the 15 with a 1st and 10. Instead, this is going to back them up to 34, so it's going to be 3rd and 4.
Well, they're going to talk about it because you got some options here now with 25 seconds left. You still got enough time to get the first down and advance. What are you going to call for a play? You're going to be close to the sidelines. That's what everybody's talking about over there.
So, of course, we will get to the second quarter breakdown when it concludes, but let us do the first quarter breakdown.
Yeah.
And that is brought to you by 201 Service, and that is really easy. Fryeburg Academy got 2 short fields, 37, 22 yards, both times. It is Ty Boone. He goes in as a running back. I think the first one, was about 19 yards.
19.
Almost untouched. He takes the second one in. That was as a Wildcat quarterback. I think that was 11, 12 yards. But he scores both touchdowns. And then since then, again, we'll get to the second quarter breakdown. Got a little bit more even, but that is your first quarter breakdown. Well overdue. Brought to you by 201 Service in Skowhegan, Maine's trusted towing and recovery partner since 1984. 3rd and 5 here. Fryeburg takes the timeout, see what they drew up.
Hermon defensively has been very good this second period.
Yeah, they have definitely bounced out. Boone's going to take the Wildcat snap. He's going to roll up to his right side. He's going to throw it. He had a man open. Instead, he airmails it, and it's intercepted. He had wide open Freddie Francis, and he absolutely airmailed that. And coming down with it, I believe that was Owen Lang for the Hermon Hawks.
Ill-advised throw for sure, as he did have receivers open, but that ball was not the one he should have thrown. But Hermon has the ball, and I would think they'd just take a knee.
Hermon, again, as you point out, a little bit of luck, but defense, I think, has definitely responded and been able to keep Fryeburg Academy off the scoreboard here. And a knee here ought to get them to halftime, just trailing 14-0. And after how the game started, as he takes the knee there, it's Curtis taking the knee. After how this game started, I think, Hermon, you're counting your blessings. It's only 14-0.
I agree with that, AJ. The ball game is still in hand. They can come back, they can get it, but they got to do something about the quarterback. He's hurt.
He is banged up, and nobody's stopping the clock, so they'll let it run out after the kneel down from Curtis. And in this Class C state championship football game, Fryeburg Academy scores twice quickly, and then nobody scores again for the rest of the half. So it is 14-0. Fryeburg Academy up over Hermon. We will be coming up with the Hammond Lumber halftime report. Of course, the 201 Service second quarter breakdown. All when we come back. Class C state championship football you're listening to on The Score.
My dad's a real hero. Not like a superhero or anything. More like a regular dad kind of hero. 'Cause every weekend, even when the weather's bad and it's super snowy, he always gets us there safe.
They don't know how you do it. All they know is that you care.
See Skowhegan Tire Center. They beat any price. Route 201, Skowhegan.
Whether you're looking to buy, build, or refinance your home, at Skowhegan Savings, we make buying your home a personalized experience. Our team of local community bankers are available on your time to help you every step of the way, from pre-qualification to closing your loan. We have a variety of mortgage terms to fit your needs and a bi-weekly payment option that can save you time and money off your loan. We also won't sell your loan, so your loan stays local with us. Contact one of our community bankers or apply online at skowhegan.com to start your home buying journey today.
Notice the price of gas and oil lately? Thinking about a pellet stove? Pellets are a renewable resource that are economical, and pellet stoves don't have to be ugly or loud. Come talk to us at Somerset Stone & Stove. Let us explain why now is the best time to have your pellet stove installed. Wouldn't you love to have a gas stove or fireplace designed for your home? Let Somerset Stone & Stove design and install a Regency gas stove or fireplace that is just right for you. Let us customize your Regency gas stove or fireplace while you enjoy the beauty and warmth. Visit Somerset Stone & Stove in Oakland.
Have you been dealing with eye issues, but you keep putting off having an exam? Contact Kennebec Eye Care. Dr. Peter Parody, Dr. Leslie Sobek, and Kaylee Brand OD will give you a thorough eye examination to diagnose the issue and create a plan to fix it. Call 872-2797 to schedule an appointment today. Kennebec Eye Care, 216 Main Street in Waterville. Online at KennebeCeyeCare.com. Kennebec Eye Care, your sight specialist.
At Haidt Chevrolet in Skowhegan, our family is here for your family. And our family has been providing affordable, reliable transportation to families in central and western Maine for 113 years. You don't have that kind of longevity in the car business without building strong, trusting relationships with customers from one generation to the next. Whether you're looking for a new or pre-owned, financing, or special incentives, your shopping experience is always stress-free at Haidt Chevy. Haidt Chevrolet on Madison Avenue as you turn into Skowhegan. You'll also find the Haidt family of dealerships in Madison and Farmington.
At Central Maine Community College, we are building things that last. We're investing in technology, new facilities, and offering more degree programs than ever before. You can get the traditional college experience at a fraction of the cost, and for some, it's even free.
Wait. Did she just say free?
That's right, free tuition for Maine high school grads from 2020 through 25. Set your goals and find your path at CM. Let's build a future together.
AJ Knight, Coach Coughlin here with you at halftime in the Class C State Championship football game as Fryeburg Academy finds themselves up 14-0 over Hermon. But let us get to the second quarter breakdown, of course, brought to you by 201 Service. And the thing that stood out to me, Coach, for the second quarter breakdown, of course, no points scored. I think big thing, 2 turnovers. Hermon forces 2 turnovers on Fryeburg Academy and keeps it at a 14-0 game.
Well, I think two things are happening here, and we saw it in this second period. First of all, Fryeburg, in my opinion, stopped playing. I think that Coach David Turner is in the locker room right now, and this is one of those chew-out sessions that, listen, they're so close to a goal ball. They really lost focus in that second period. And Hermon, they got their jitters out of the way, and they started to move the ball a little bit, and there was a little bit of hope on this sidelines. But Fryeburg certainly is the better team. They've got a better defense. Hermon's got to find a way to throw the ball, AJ. Couldn't throw the ball in that second period. They got the ball to the 4-yard line, 2nd and 4, and a botched pass play. The quarterback couldn't get out of his way, and it turned into 4th and long, and they turned the ball over with the interception. Those are the kind of things that can't happen this second half. Hermon, if they're going to be in the ball game, has got to find a way successfully to throw the ball downfield.
201 Service providing your second quarter breakdown. 201 Service in Skowhegan, Maine's trusted towing and recovery partner since 1984. Again, this game started out as we get into the halftime, presented by Hermon Lumber Company. A halftime show here on The Score. AJ Knight, Coach Coughlin here with you. Quick scores for Fryeburg Academy. First quarter, they start with the ball at the 37. That one ends in a 19-yard touchdown run for Boone for Fryeburg Academy. Then they get the ball back. That first one, they block a punt. Hermon starts with the ball. Then Hermon goes for a fake punt, or seemingly the punter had the option to. Not quite sure. It was a little bit not clean. He gets tackled, so they turn it over, and now Fryeburg gets into their second possession at the 22. That ends in an 11-yard touchdown run for Boone, and it looked like Fryeburg Academy is off to the races. They get another punt. They start with their worst field position at their own 35. Botch snap. Hermon can't do anything with it, like you said. Hermon gets a miracle pass where the ball ends up going right through Boone's hands. A gift-wrapped interception. Ends up being an almost 30-yard completion. And to you point out, Hermon drives all the way down, gets 2nd and goal from the 4, and then proceeds to go backwards, and turn the ball over on downs. And then you get the interception here on Boone rolling out to the right side, which allows Hermon to stop the Fryeburg Academy drive as they had first and 10 from the Hermon 40 after Ruiz made a great play rolling in front of a slant, taking it nearly 50 yards. Great field position with a little less than a minute to go, but Hermon gets an interception right back and is able to keep it at just a 14-0 game.
We've always known that defense certainly wins titles, and Fryeburg is here probably with the better defense coming into this game. Having said that, Fryeburg is bigger. I think they're more talented with their offensive runners. But these are 16, 17-year-old kids.
Right.
And Hermon's coming out here into the second half with a new game plan. Now, whether or not they can put this together, we'll see.
Couple numbers here for you on the Hermon side. No surprise, big number 22 Hopkins for the Hawks. That is Max Hopkins. Had 40 rushing yards. He leads the way, was a big factor, of course, in them that drive, getting close to scoring. Problem has been there hadn't been much else. Biggest play of the game obviously belongs to Tyler Corson. He picked up 27 yards on that play. Again, gift wrap interception, ends up landing in his hands through Boone's. Ran that slant to Dunton to pick up a big third down. He's got 18 yards on that catch. But Curtis beat up, not really being able to do much. We talked about that. The Hermon wants to try and roll him out, and Fryeburg looks like they're meeting him there. Some offensive numbers on the other side. Leading the way, of course, is Boone. He's now got an interception as he's thrown the ball twice. Missed a touchdown pass, in all honesty, earlier in the game. He's got both touchdowns on 45 total yards. Penalties, I think, a little bit of a factor for Fryeburg in that first half, 4 for 30. But, again, talk about it being a good game. Looked like it started out not going to be that way as Fryeburg Academy really took command early, and then Hermon's defense kind of responded. Some mistakes from Fryeburg, and it stays 14-0, despite the fact I think it took us about 5 minutes of game action to get to that.
Well, Fryeburg coming into this game, they've shut out everybody, and They know that coming into this game, they can't let Hermon score, and they're going to win. But Hermon's got to get back into this game. And, whether or not they have the ability to throw the ball, we're going to find out very quickly. But the quarterback is hurt. Yes. If he can't do it, there's got to be someone waiting in the wings, because I dare say he goes into the halftime, it's cold out, he's coming out, and he's much stiffer.
That's a good point. Again, for those, Curtis, the quarterback, took a couple of shots, was slow to get off early in the game, still got it out most of the whole first half, but is noticeably limping his right foot. And as Coach pointed out, too, it's almost exacerbated by the fact that he has to run to the sideline to get to the play.
Every play.
Can easily see that it's the case.
Every play, and that just exacerbates it. But, they're coming into this game. Hopkins and Coulter for Hermon have been averaging 7 yards throughout the season each per game. So it's been very easy for him as the quarterback just to give the ball and get the first down. It's not there now.
Yeah, going to have to see how Hermon can sort of, to your point, manufacture some offensive drives. This is, of course, the Hammond Lumber Halftime Show, brought to you by Hammond Lumber Company, serving Maine and New Hampshire from 22 locations. Your building project partner, HammondLumber.com. Halftime score here, Class C State Championship football game. Fryeburg Academy 14, Hermon nothing, as we find ourselves with just a half left, and it stayed that way for more than a quarter plus. Find out what Coach's keys to the second half are when we come back in. 14-0 Fryeburg on top of Hermon in the Class C State Championship football game. We'll be back with more of the halftime show here on The Score.
Whittemore & Sons, your Coyote tractor dealer. Dependable sales and service for over 50 years. We are located on the Waterville Road in Skowhegan. Sales and service by a family who cares.
Oh, please start. You wouldn't allow your car to bypass its maintenance, would you?
Hey, Jen, would you look this up on your computer?
Oh, wish I could. This office computer is so slow.
How about your computer maintenance? Trust the pros at Computer Improvements. They can come on site or stop by, handling general maintenance, antivirus protection, hardware upgrades. And Computer Improvements can set you up with solid-state hardware memory, giving your operating system wicked fast response time due to less moving parts, so your day isn't like this. Contact Computer Improvements to schedule your service today. Computer Improvements, downtown Skowhegan.
Manchester Motors is your official Coyote tractor dealer. If you work the land, you just got to be a jack-of-all-trades type. There's just too much to do. So if you got to be a welder, or a farmer, or a ditch digger, that's just who you are that day. Then tomorrow, you can be somebody else. Find your Coyote tractor at Manchester Motors, 1031 Western Avenue, Manchester.
Casella Waste. You see their trucks everywhere all the time. That's because they're out taking care of customers like you. Roll-off dumpsters, they've got them 15 to 50 yards. And they're in your neighborhood picking up the trash so you don't have to worry about it. Weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly from 2 to 10 yards. Casella Waste will also deliver portable toilets when and where you need them. And they offer septic services. Call to learn more about Casella Waste. 872-8257, 872-8257 for Casella Waste.
It's like this every winter. When the temperature drops below 45, my palms sweat and I get really anxious.
It's not your fault. You're suffering from seasonal winter driving disorder. 3 and 4 drivers suffer from SWUDs because they have all-season tires. They aren't designed for wintry weather. Luckily, there's a remedy. Take 4, call me in the morning.
Visit NokianTires.com/remedy for the cure.
Is this a prescription for tires?
201 Tire Battery and Service, Riverside Drive, Vassalboro.
Discover the printing experience you've been searching for at SBS Carbon Copy on 54 Main Street in Waterville. Tired of getting lost in big box stores? Whether you need unique business cards or large format printing up to 44 inches wide, customized invitations that scream you, we've got it all. Our team is here to print, copy, or scan with a smile. Fast, affordable, and with a touch of personality. Don't settle for ordinary. Dash over to mainprintingservices.com, where printing's personal, not puzzling.
You deserve a better credit card, offering rewards you can redeem for merchandise and a competitive low interest rate you can feel good about. Connected Credit Union has the perfect credit card to meet your needs and your budget. Go ahead, reward yourself today by applying online at connectedcreditunion.org. Get connected, stay connected. Federally insured by the NCUA. Member eligibility required. Subject to credit approval.
At Central Maine Community College, your future is our priority.
I'm going to be a preschool teacher.
An HVAC technician.
Pediatric nurse.
Whether your college journey is starting here,
I'm going to be an architect.
Physical therapist.
I'm going to be a lawyer.
or we're a stop along the way.
I'm going to be a doctor.
A machinist.
Honestly, not 100% sure yet.
With over 40 programs,
I'm going to be a graphic designer.
An athletic trainer.
There is something for everyone.
CMCC.
Your future starts here.
AJ Knight, Coach Coughlin here with you for our first of 2 state championship football games. Class C up first, Class D after this. We will have both. High school sports on the score, of course, brought to you by Central Maine Community College. More than just a community college, over 40 academic degrees and certificates, one of the lowest tuition rates in New England. Just go to cmcc.edu. Your future starts now. And Skowhegan Savings Bank, making our communities a better place to live and work. And, of course, Height Chevrolet, our family is here for your family. AJ Knight, Coach Coughlin here with you. 14-0, Fryeburg Academy up as we get ready here for the second half. Coach, it was 14-0, 5-6 minutes of game action in. It's 14-0 as we head into the third quarter. I know you touched on it a little bit, but for Hermon Academy, what do they got to do to get back into this one?
Well, the worst thing that's got to happen is that they've got to kick off to Fryeburg. I mean,
that's not great.
That's not a good thing. So here's what they need to do, AJ. They need to go onside. They need to go onside kick to start this second half because Fryeburg will get the ball and they'll methodically wind down that third quarter to have the scoring chances for Hermon out of reach. So you've got to do something that dictates this second half. Whether you lose by 30 or you lose by 3, you've got to have a game plan that gets you back in the game, and allowing Fryeburg to have the ball will turn the second half into a rout.
As those watching our stream, of course, audio-only broadcast, but those watching notice the scoreboard change. Fryeburg Academy comes out late, so they reset the clock. And so I'm with you. I think Hermon, to me, state championship game, losing by 30, I feel like almost, regardless of loss, but losing by 30 almost is not as bad as losing by 3.
No one's going to remember.
A loss is a loss, so I'm with you. Empty the bag of tricks. So I'm with you. On the other side, Fryeburg comes out 2 short fields. Take advantage of them. They'll go up 14-0 to take control of that. Keep Hermon scoreless, but I think you mentioned several times, and I'll let you get into it as much as you want to, Coach probably not saying a lot of nice words to them at half, so what do they need to do in the second half to kind of run away and hide with this after they look like the better team, at least out of the gate?
Well, one thing I've seen is that they're not continuing their blocks downfield. You're watching plays matriculate, and those offensive players, if they get into the secondary, there's no blocks for them. That's the first thing. They're not maintaining their blocks downfield. But secondly, I'd stay with Ty Boone as that quarterback because I think their running game is just exceptional, and he gives them that bounce that they need, whether at quarterback or a running back or, as you said, AJ, a defender. He's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think Arneson has a really pretty ball, but has the accuracy, both teams. Obviously, Boone threw the pick. They've had a couple, I think, of big pass plays open to him. They just haven't gotten them to the receivers.
I think it's a tough day to throw.
I'm with you.
You know, I mean, he throws the ball well, but the wind is playing games with that ball, and these players are going both ways, but their hands are cold. So I got to think that Fryeburg will maintain their ground game with Ty Boone and just play out that clock.
I am with you. I think that you stick with the Wildcat, you keep it on the ground, and just keep playing good defense as we get ready to start the second half here. Thank you for joining. AJ Knight, Coach Coughlin here. First of 2 state championship football games. Fryeburg Academy up 14-0 over Hermon here as we get ready for the third quarter in the Class C state championship football game. Of course, thank you for listening and quote-unquote watching with us for those following along the audio-only broadcast. But high school sports on the score wouldn't be possible without Skowhegan Tire Center. They beat any price, Route 201 in Skowhegan. KVFCU, invested in you. And computer improvements. From sales of computers and accessories to service, we are your go-to computer store. So we'll see, Coach, if they take your advice. I know I like to think to myself sometimes that coaches have us plugged in because, of course, we're free across YouTube. So make sure you subscribe. Central Maine Sports, all social media, Central Maine Sports, 1160 Score. I personally know that coaches have watched our feeds, maybe for a little scouting. CMCC, we're good friends with, of course. They're a big part of our high school broadcast. I know they watch for a little recruiting. I think coaches occasionally dial in to hear what we're saying, too. So let's see if Hermon goes your way and opens up with a surprise
There was
onside.
a lot of coaching going on in that kickoff huddle prior to this. So let's see what's going to happen.
As it stands, we get ready for the start of the second half. Fryeburg Academy up 14-0. They are set to receive from Hermon here. And you're not kidding. There's a long discussion here in the kickoff huddle still.
Is it coming out of this? No. Yeah, let's see what this is, because this certainly has been a lead up to this kick.
So Max Hopkins going to kick here for the Hawks.
And Fryeburg is way up anticipating this. There it is.
There's a little pooch. Fair catch signaled for and made. And initially that fair catch was signaled for by Fournier. But he did not actually catch it. Keaton basically took it away from him, tried to return it. But to your point, a little pooch kick, a little further than I think wanted. And I think Fryeburg done a nice job making them have to make a bit of an adjustment.
Unfortunately, Fryeburg now gets the ball in great field position, which is the other part of that strategy.
I think somewhere, despite the fact that was a little bit more of a strategical pooch kick, somewhere Mike Violet is cursing very loudly because we know how he feels about those short kickoffs.
He doesn't like that?
Not at all.
Well, that's why he lost every game at Waterville High School. He never won a football game.
First and 10 here for Fryeburg. It is going to be Boone staying in at quarterback. He's going to hand off to So, and he is going to get nothing. He runs into a whole host of Hermon defenders right there at the line of scrimmage.
We haven't called So's name very much, as he, he's got running back all over his body, doesn't he? Low to the ground,
he looks like a bowling ball, but he has played a heck of a game at middle linebacker as well.
Goodness. Defensively, he's the man.
They're going to give him one, basically. That is Sal just falling forward. So 2nd and 9 here from the 39.
Fryeburg knows how to milk that clock. You know, they snap the ball with 3 or 4 seconds left in the time clock.
Boone going to take the snap. They're going to hand it off to Sal again. This time finds a little bit more space. He gets to the second level. Again, just trying to dodge in a phone booth there. He's going to fall forward at about the 45. So a solid gain.
Yeah.
But again, Hermon's defense, I think, has really responded after a slow start. They're actually going to mark Sal short. We'll call that the 44. So give him a gain of 5.
Well, you'd like to say that you'd stop this first down, force them to punt, and be back in the game. But again, I've seen Fryeburg, particularly in state championship games, up 2 touchdowns. This is 4-down territory for them.
3rd and 4 here. From the 44, their own, Fryeburg Academy opening drive of the second half. Boone in the shotgun. He's going to roll right behind. So splits through tackle, breaks through an arm tackle. I think could have been a face mask. And he's going to get up, not quite to the 50, but I think comfortably picks up the first down.
Good no call. Originally we thought face mask. I think it just brushed it. It had no bearing on the play.
So he picks up. He gets it all the way up to the 49. Needed 4. He gets 5. And that's, again, we talked about that, Coach. I think Boone probably you're going to ride out the string with him at that Wildcat QB.
Yeah, they're milking this clock. You know, again, both quarterbacks at the sideline. That takes up 20 seconds. Back in the huddle, and they're snapping it with 3 or 4 seconds.
So 1st and 10 here from their own 49. Boone still into that Wildcat. He's got Sal to his right. 2 receivers either side. Boone hands off to Sal going left side, tries to step through the tackle there, takes a defender with him, but again, held to a short gain as initially snagging him there as he tried to get through the line of scrimmage, I believe was Dylan Yao.
But it was Hopkins that had to deliver the blow. I mean, he had to square up and pop him because you're not going to bring Sal down with arm tackles.
No,
There's just no way.
He is a very, very big kid. Still, he ends up dragging, like I said, that initial linebacker 4 yards.
I mean, solid footwork. You're going to have to knock him off his block to bring him down.
So 2nd and 6 here from the 47. Ben takes it. He's going to fake the handoff to Sal. Now tries to cut through the middle. Does a nice job. Gets to the second level again. But the Hopkins knocks him down, and those linebackers playing a whole lot better since that first half of the first quarter. Boone gets up to about the 45. So we'll call 2-yard gain there. So, again, going to be 3rd and medium.
Well, with Boone in the game, you see the linebackers, they shorten up their spacage. And, Boone's not going to throw the ball.
So this is going to be 3rd and short 5. Boone gets up to the 45. The ball's starting to roll there. As you see, I think the wind has really picked up here in the second half already.
Yeah, the flag is straight out, going from left to right, as is Fryeburg.
Boone stays in the shotgun. Sow to his right. Going to hand it off to Sow, trying to go to the left side, gets through the tackle there. Big hole, breaks through another tackle, 30, 25, 20, lowers his shoulder, finally taken down as he finally got some space, and he's able to rumble down to the 15.
Well, been looking to break one all night. Sow that time found some opening, got to the edge, broke to the outside. And I'll tell you, the matchup with their linebackers against him, he's going to be a hard guy to bring down.
He showed some speed there, of course, didn't shy away from contact. He picks up 30 yards, and Fryeburg Academy in business. 1st and 10 from the Hermon 15 as we tick to under 8 minutes here to go in this third quarter. Fryeburg scored 14 quick ones and then was held off for the entire rest of the first half here. A chance to really take command of this one. Boone stays in as the Wildcat QB show, moves from right to left. They're going to hand it to him now, going right side. No, Boone keeps it, bounces out left side now, tries to cut back to the center. He's at the 5, and he just gets tackled there. Looked like he was going to shift his way out once again. Still going to be good for a first down as he is just so slippery.
So shifty, and he gets into that defensive backfield, tries to get to the outside. Sideline sort of quarantined him in, but a big pickup and a first down, 1st and goal.
He takes it all the way up to the 4. He's got the 2 touchdowns for the Raiders. 1st and goal here from the 4 for Fryeburg. Chance to go up 20-0.
Well, this drive has certainly featured Malik Sow, and don't be surprised to see him get a touchdown on this drive.
That wouldn't be a surprise, though. He's going to be the up man as Ruiz now stands to the right of Boone. Ruiz is going to get it going to the left side, and he's able to easily lower the shoulder. He gets in, 4-yard touchdown, Fryeburg Academy.
Sow led the way. He was at the point of attack, and Ruiz just follows the lead.
Ruiz is able to carry that in and making for a solid day for him. And worth noting, as you know, audio only or not, we still have to pick our flagship Cinemas player of the game. Ruiz now adds a touchdown to the interception that he has on defense. Flagship Cinemas, consistent pricing and a premium cinema experience.
All right, here's the kick we love to watch because this kid can really boot it. Ball is down, the kick is up, and it's good.
Just through it, a little rough.
Yeah.
But Schultz able to power it through, and as he does, he gives Fryeburg a commanding 21-0 lead. 7:02 here to go in the third quarter. Fryeburg in total control right now in the Class C state championship football game. We'll be back after this break. You're listening to High School Football State Championship on the Score.
Looking to begin or further your career in manufacturing and don't know where to start? Mid-State Machine is in need of CNC machinists at our Winslow facility, where we manufacture components for some of the most exciting industries: aerospace, defense, power generation. I'm Jeremy Stanford, manufacturing manager, and I personally want to invite you to come learn about the great pay and benefits Mid-State Machine has to offer. To apply, visit midstateusa.com. That's midstateusa.com, an equal opportunity employer. Come grow with us.
AJ Knight, Coach Coughlin here with you in the Class C state championship football game. Fryeburg Academy finds themselves now up, feels like a pretty commanding 21-0 lead here over Hermon. Took just under 5 minutes to score that one as Schultz puts a big boot in that one. That one's high, going to be a little bit shorter. Caught there about the 4-yard line. Hermon's first chance to return for the day at the 15, trying to find some space in the 20, 25, and finally loses his footing. Had to do a whole lot of juking, covered a ton of ground, but a solid return there for Dunton.
Now, AJ, I got to bring up one thing because you haven't seen it. He has no shoes on.
You are not kidding. He does not have shoes on.
Or does he?
No, I think they're flesh-colored. I was with you initially. Those blend in perfectly to his feet. I was with you. You got me.
It looked it, didn't it? They got bigger fish to fry right now.
So Hermon had only one drive in the first. Again, got to second and goal from the 4, and then ended up having to go for it 4th and 17 and did not get it.
Let's see what adjustments have been made at halftime to their offense.
Still loaded backfield. 3 running backs all lined up in a line behind Curtis. He's going to take it to a handoff to Coulter, sweeping to the right side. And as he gets the line of scrimmage, he finds a whole lot of not friendly teammates because they all belong to the Fryeburg Academy defense.
Yeah, they've got 3 or 4 plays that they run out of that set, and Fryeburg cut them all down pat.
That was Coulter, who was the leftmost running back, sweeping to the right side. They end up giving him I think generously 2 yards out of that. Would not have guessed that.
Hermon's got a lot of boys coming off the field with some injuries. Kids are going both ways and not getting many breaks.
They're going to give Coulter 2, so it's going to be 2nd and 8 from the 30 here for the Hawks. They're going to go back into the shotgun. Curtis in the shotgun. Hopkins to his left, 3 receivers far side of the field. Man comes in the slot there. Direct snap. That's Coulter trying to sweep it outside, wrapped up by So, and he is having a monster game.
You know, if there were police here, they might go down and charge him without assault because, I mean, he just corralled that runner, took him down quick.
Yeah, and again, Sal outweighs Coulter, conservatively 30 pounds?
And I'll tell you, Sal, when he gets up ahead of steam, look out.
So Coulter on the sweep finds himself losing a yard, and Sal, despite the fact he hasn't scored one of the touchdowns, he has played a monster defensive game, definitely in the running for the Flagship Cinemas player of the game. So 3rd and 9 here for Hermon, all too familiar sight. Shotgun, high snap, hand off to Hopkins. Hopkins finds nothing as he gets to the line of scrimmage, and he goes nowhere.
That basically tells you the rest of the game. It's 3rd and long from the 23-yard line, and they try a drive, just a basic dive on 3rd and long. You know, they can't put the ball in the end zone.
Now, Hopkins there picks up generously a yard, and again, Hermon finds himself in punt formation.
And this has been dangerous, too.
Sal nearly got again, just outside his fingertips. As it stands, Boone catches at 36. He gets to midfield, jukes another defender, 45, and he runs into his own teammate. He had room here on this near sideline. If he was able to get skinny there, that's probably 65 yards to the house.
When Boone starts changing direction, he messes up everybody, even his own blockers.
So slippery. Again, he runs into his own teammate, and I think that was probably the difference in a touchdown right there.
Yeah, he was looking at 3rd touchdown.
As it stands, he still sets Fryeburg Academy with 1st and 10 at the Hermon 41.
You're going to see Fryeburg start to get some subs in as we get late into this 3rd period. Some kids to get into this state championship game for the Raiders.
So Boone's going to come out in Wildcat quarterback. Ruiz to his left. Up man right behind the guard is Sal. That's where Ruiz is going to get it. Handoff. Big broken play. There was nobody there. Flag comes in late as Ruiz goes past the 30. And I imagine this one's going to be going backwards yet again.
Yeah, at the point of attack, a little bit of a hold. I don't think Ruiz really benefited by it because I think he was by that. But Ruiz, it seems like every offensive drive we're featuring a different running back.
This time Ruiz got the big play, so they'll mark this off. Initially, line of scrimmage, it was 1st and 10 from the 41. They're just going to back it up to the 45. So the 10-yard penalty makes it just 1st and 14 here for the Fryeburg Raiders offense. Regardless, it feels like, again, Hermon just can't find much on offense, so it just sort of feels like for Fryeburg, you'd like to score more than anything. You're just melting that clock.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, and you see a lot of clubs do this. Hermon's never been here before. They want to put a good product forward, and they have defensively. They just lack on offense.
So 1st and 14, Boone in the Wildcat again. Going to fake it to Reese. He's going to keep it to himself. Tries to split the defenders and cannot. Nice job there. Again, Hermon's defense, I think, has played pretty solid since that opening stanza. That was, I think, Jacob Merzen who was able to get his hands on him and keep Boone from getting too shifty.
Yeah, Junior Jacob, that time, he attacked that defensive end, stood his ground, made a nice play.
So Boone picks up just 2 yards. So 2nd and 12 here from the Hermon 43. Again, Boone set him up with great field position on the punt return as he is an athlete.
Yeah.
Pure and simple, and athlete.
And they shine in these types of games.
So he's going to come out in the shotgun. Ruiz to his right. One receiver either side. Up man behind the guard is Sal. He's going to sweat over left. That's where Ruiz is going to take the handoff. Tries to bound it outside. He's at the 40. He's stiff arm, still on his feet, and then finally out of bounds as he's tackled there. Finally getting him down is Owen Lang, but not before Ruiz takes it, I think, to about the 27.
Textbook run. Got to the edge. Used a stiff arm, squared up his shoulders, and ran over the defender. Can't get any better than that.
He takes it to the 28, so 1st and 10, Fryeburg Academy. If Ruiz picks up 15 on that one. And again, this just chewing up clock, chewing up yards. Fryeburg Academy can just sort of in position to just sort of salt this one away. 1st and 10 from the Hermon 28. Boone going to be in the shotgun. Again, Sal's going to be right behind that right guard. Ruiz to the left of Boone. One receiver either side. Ruiz going to get it, try and run behind that right guard. Gets skinny. Should have been tackled in the backfield. Did a nice job just getting out of the way and ends up falling down at about the 25. But Ruiz was able to get just shifty enough, just skinny enough to avoid that linebacker coming downhill and ends up picking up 3.
Perfect adjective, because he has to turn his body, fit his space into that seam, and he did just that.
He got skinny. So he picks up 3, puts it at 2nd and 7 here from the 25. Yeah, no hurry for Fryeburg Academy. In front comfortably, 21-0. Driving here to just continue to salt this one away as we've got 2:38 here to go in the third quarter. Class C state championship. One receiver either side. Sal going to be behind, again, the right tackle. Handoff there to Ruiz. Nope, fake. Boone's got it. Shifty. Through the line of scrimmage. 20. Tries to bounce outside the side. 15. He runs into a couple of secondary players there for Hermon, but not before he picks up the first down as he takes it to 15. Maybe they're going to give him the 14, so give him another solid gain there.
Boone is a nightmare. I mean, defensively. He's just a nightmare. He gets into the defensive backfield where your defensive players may not be as shifty as he is. And, boy, they have all sorts of problems to bring him down.
So he takes it to the 14. I believe that was a gain of, 9. Either way, first and 10 here from the 14. Boone takes the snap, going to hand it off to Sal. Tries to bounce it outside, steps through one tackle. Can't get away from tackler number 2 and 3 as he's going to go down. I think Sal's going to have no gain there. The Hermon defender is slow to get up.
Yeah, I think he landed on ball. That's wind, I believe.
And that is not a fun feeling.
No. Yeah, got something in the throat area.
They were pretty quick to signal that. So we got an injury timeout for the Hermon Hawk defender. Not sure who it is. Clock stops, 1:45 here to go in the third.
Bouncing back up.
Yeah, he stood up pretty quickly.
Yeah.
We're going to take an injury timeout as it stands.
He didn't want to come out, AJ.
I wouldn't either. That is, I believe, Matthew Pinner for Hermon. He's a little slow to walk off, but as he does, gives us a second to remind you again, high school sports on the score. Brought to you by Connected Credit Union, building lifelong relationships. Get connected, stay connected. And Casella Waste for your residential and commercial trash pickup. So no gain there from the run from Sal, So it's going to be 2nd and 10 here from the 14, Hermon 14. Fryeburg Academy driving here, already up 21-0. Really looking to put this one out of reach for that Hermon offense that struggled all day. So 2nd and 10 here. Boone stays in the shotgun. Now Ruiz bounces back. He's to the right, Sal to the left. Sal gets it from left, sweeping right, steps through the center there. And again, gets hit as it gets through the into the second level and goes down at about the 10.
Hermon defense has been on this field for probably 80% of the game.
Yeah, I mean, I think is not an overestimate.
And these kids are getting worn down for sure.
So Sal picks up 4. That makes it 2nd and 3rd and 6 here from the 10.
The beauty of this game, where there's no passing, no fumbles, and not many scoring, is that it's moving along.
That clock, it feels like melting away here in the third quarter. We're now under a minute to go.
Yeah.
3rd and 6, Fryeburg Academy. Boone in the shotgun, Ruiz to his left, Sal to his right. Sal's going to get it from his right, sweeping left, steps through tackle, goes through one arm tackle and a shoestring tackle. The difference between what ended up being about a 7-yard gain and a 10-yard touchdown.
And he's close to the first down. Looks like he might be a bit short. It's going to be 4th, maybe a half a yard.
As it stands, okay, so they're going to give him, it's not quite 6, 4th in the nose of the football.
I think it's appropriate that Hermon stops him on this drive and gets the ball inside the 5.
So we'll call it 4th and inches from just inside the 5. They've got to get to the 4. Fryeburg Academy, I don't believe, needs to run another play, and I don't think they will. Nope, they're going to step off the sideline. So they face a 4th and real short inside the 5 of Hermon, but they find themselves up 21-0 and just a quarter away from the Class C gold ball here. State championship football. 21-0, Fryeburg Academy on top at the end of 3. We'll be back for the fourth quarter here on the score.
It's that moment when everything comes to a halt.
Mom, is everything okay?
It's okay. We can call for some help.
And what you need most is someone you can trust.
201 Service, this is Brandon speaking. How can I help you?
Hi, yeah, my car just broke down. I think I need some help.
At 201 Service, we know it's more than just about fixing what's broken. It's about being there when it matters most.
Not to worry, ma'am. We have your location, and help is already on its way.
Don't worry, honey. Help's on the way. Okay, Mom.
Wherever you are, whatever the time, you can count on us to be there. Because in those uncertain moments, knowing you're not alone makes all the difference. 201 Service, Maine's trusted towing and recovery partner since 1984.
And, of course, 201 Service in Skowhegan is bringing you the third quarter breakdown, which is really simple as we get ready for this fourth quarter. No points scored and a monster drive here by Fryeburg Academy. 4th and inches here just inside the 5. They're going to turn around and after Sal. Powers through, and touchdown, Fryeburg Academy. As Sal takes that from 5 yards out and just really puts Fryeburg in a great position to walk away with that gold ball.
Well, not easy, but Sal made it look easy, and Sal that time got into the end zone to make it 27-0. And Hermon, you'd like to see them have some type of success here today.
Definitely don't want to get shut out in there. I think you saw the effect of just how much, to your point, Coach, Fryeburg Academy has controlled the ball. 201 Service in Skowhegan, Maine's trusted towing recovery partner since 1984, brings you the third quarter breakdown. And very quickly in the fourth quarter, Fryeburg Academy tacks on another one as Schultz puts that one up and in and makes it 28-0. Fryeburg on top and in firm control here as the Hermon offense has just struggled to find any kind of momentum or sustained drives. They've had one, and they ended up going backwards once they got it to goal to go.
Certainly when you win onside kick to start the second half and unsuccessfully, you let the cat out of the bag. It's hard to play when your entire second half opportunities rest on that one play.
Going back to return for the Hawks, it's going to be Coulter Hopkins, the receiver. That's that's Sam Hopkins, I believe. Double check. Yeah, Sam Hopkins, and then Dunton. And had a lot of opportunities despite Fryeburg scoring as Schultz has pretty much put it in the end zone every time.
Fryeburg getting some subs into the game. Coaches are trying to make sure they've got all areas covered.
As we wait for this kickoff, do not forget we wouldn't be able to cover high school sports without the help of Assistance Plus, providing home care, behavioral health, and developmental services. Together, we can make a difference. And 201 Tire, battery and service, your tire and battery experts on the Augusta-Vassalboro line. Fryeburg Academy in total control this one, up 28-0. As 5 seconds have just gone in this fourth quarter. They're looking for that gold ball here in Class C. And they are 12 minutes away from making that happen. So Schultz going to kick it yet again. That is a line drive, but it's going to be short again. Hopkins catches this at about the 11. He cuts to the center of the field, finds a couple blocks. He gets wrapped up there and spun down as he goes across the 30 on the tackle for Fryeburg Academy. That was Luke Stayers. Solid field position, but again, Hermon has just not been able to sustain drives today.
You know, AJ, all those times that Fryeburg has gotten close and people have talked about them, they're making a statement here today. All those years that they maybe deserve to be in a state championship or win one, Fryeburg came today to say, we're the real deal, and they are.
1st and 10 here, I agree with you, as Curtis is going to be in the shotgun. Hopkins to his left, 2 receivers either side. Hopkins comes in motion, receiver, fake it to him. Hacks, Hopkins gets it and is snowed under immediately. 3 different Raiders defenders tackle him behind the line of scrimmage.
Were they in the Hermon huddle listening to the play call?
Felt like it. And again, that mesh option doesn't really do you a ton. I know as Hopkins' receiver comes out of the slot, you're still attacking that point.
It just takes time.
Collapsing right on the same spot.
Exactly. There's nothing there.
Max Hopkins loses yards, so 2nd and 11 here for the Hawks. Hopkins comes from the right side, fake it again, then fake to Hopkins. Curtis under pressure, throws a screen. He gets hit. Hopkins catches it, but again, as he steps across the line of scrimmage, nothing doing. He's going to pick up maybe about 2. I like the play design, but man, Curtis still took a shot.
Yeah. It was the right play coming out of that with the pressure throwing under the coverage with a nice little screen pass. And we do have a Fryeburg Academy rolling over into the side, a little bit of knee problem there.
I think that's Michael Malaya, I believe, for Fryeburg Academy. He was real quick to express pain. And again, classic football, right?
Yeah.
You feel like you're under pressure. That defensive line's getting a lot of push. It's coming downhill. Throw the screen. But as you saw, Curtis takes a shot. You complete the screen, but the pursuit is still just so good from Fryeburg.
Exactly.
That it ends up going for, they gave him a 4 on that one to Max Hopkins on the catch, the running back.
Well, certainly a design play because it's the first time that we have seen the quarterback Curtis back up to intentionally create the screen pass. So nice job by Ethan Curtis.
That being said, 3rd and long is what Hermon is facing, but again, we've got an injury timeout here. Fryeburg Academy defender down, still down, being attended to by some athletic trainers, so we will step aside for an injury timeout as well. 28-0, Fryeburg Academy on top, just 11 minutes to go here in the Class C State Championship football game. We will be back with the 4th quarter. You are listening to High School Football on The Score.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, no matter how big or small, depend on Hammond Lumber Company for the products and services you need. The knowledgeable staff at Hammond Lumber will be with you every step of the way and keep your project on schedule. From free estimating and project planning to design and drafting services, an extensive product inventory with a wide variety of brands to choose from, and of course, Hammond delivers from any of the locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
AJ Knight, Coach Coughlin here with you, Class C State Championship football. Jager Hellwig, the injured Fryeburg Academy Raider, who of course got up right as we decided to take the timeout, did need help though, limping over to the sideline. Coach pointed out looked like an apparent knee injury.
Yeah. And again, players don't want to be down long in this kind of weather.
No. So 4 yards there for the Hopkins screen, sets up 3rd and 7 from the 37 for Hermon. Curtis in the shotgun, drops back under pressure. He's just going to let that one go up. Nice back shoulder pass, and Dunn able to just get underneath it and catch it. Little bit of luck again, but again, Dunn had his head back, made a nice adjustment, boxed out, and ends up catching that one. They put him down at the Fryeburg 43, so give him 24 yards.
Well, that will be as deep as he's going to be able to throw the ball against this wind. So the defenders for Fryeburg need to adjust to that.
That one looked like a little bit of a hope and a prayer, but either way, it still counts. 1st and 10 at the Fryeburg 43. Curtis going to stay in the shotgun, 3 receivers far side. Hopkins to his right, drops back, looking that way. A little short pass there. Throws it to Hopkins, the receiver. Tries to turn as just a little button route. Couldn't get away, though, but he's going to pick up 4 or 5.
I know there's a couple of reserves coming in and playing defensively, but that's still their starting offense out there, and Curtis is picking them apart right now.
Hopkins able to catch that. They're going to give him 5, put him down at the 38.
I think everybody here would like to see Hermon punch one in.
Spread again, 2 receivers either side. Hopkins to the right of Curtis. Takes the snap, rolls out to his right side. Looking, throws that one short, overran there, and Hopkins had a chance to turn it upfield, lost his footing, falls out of bounds. Going to be a 1st down. Freddie Francis, I think, had a chance to run underneath that, over-pursued. Instead, though, and he gives up the 1st down completion as that one is taken up to the 30, so 8 yards there. Hermon picks up another 1st down.
It's interesting, though. All the rollouts are against the grain to his right side.
So tough. 1st and 10 from the 30 now. Still 2-2 formation. Curtis high snap. Looks, little short pass. That one is high, bobbled, and then Sal comes and cleans Hopkins up before he can finish the catch.
You knew the hit was coming. I mean, that ball was thrown off target, and you knew the hit was coming. We got a flag.
Flag late, and I'm going to guess it's for this tackle. Again, just that little button. And I think Sal, nothing too egregious to me, doing his job. Chance to dislodge the receiver from the ball on a high pass, and he did exactly that. But I think he's going to give up 15 here. Yep, personal foul. Contact to the helmet.
Wow, and that's an interesting call because that came from the back judge.
Yep.
And that's what the coach is out there for. And right now, the MPA officials are not liking that coach that far on the field. And these officials need to do something. Oh, boy. He will not get the good sportsmanship award.
That is true. Went to, I believe, Mondomic Valley at halftime. Anyway, 15-yard penalty makes it 1st and 10 from the 15 now for Hermon. Looking to punch one in finally, down 28-0, 9:30 to go. High snap, handoff to Hopkins, who might have just snatched it from Curtis anyway. He lowers his head, powers forward, Going to pick up, I think, maybe about 4 as he gets down to about the 11. That put him at 12. Give him 3.
That's not the first time I've seen a snap and not known whose it's going to.
No, and they on this drive alone, I think a lot of them have been high. And again, I think Hopkins might have made the executive decision and just thought to himself, I'm just going to take this.
Yeah.
He picks up 4, so it's 2nd and 6 here from the Fryeburg 11. Hermon again trying to break that goose egg. Stay in the 2-by-2 formation.
Struggled in the red zone, AJ.
High snap again, fakes. Now Curtis steps up, pump fakes, and then he's going to get swarmed under as he ran out of time. I think he got rushed up a little bit, made a nice job stepping up into the pocket, and that was the time nobody was open. Airmail that one.
He was in between. Am I tucking it or am I throwing?
As it stands, he gets sacked yet again, and he goes down at the 19.
Well, we've seen him
Excuse me,
inside
14.
Seen him inside the 20 before, but it becomes harder and harder for Curtis to find an open receiver.
So Curtis ends up losing 3 on that sack. That moves it down to a 3rd and 9 here. 3rd and 9 from the 14. 8:15 here to go. Hermon just trying to break that goose egg down 28-0. Hopkins comes in motion right side. Curtis takes a snap. He's going to roll out left. Rolls out. Still got time. Time now. Corner of the end zone. Too high. Tipped up into the air, and it just falls in front of a whole host of Fryeburg Academy defenders. And that was a pretty good route. Receiver ran right to the post. Would have been 6. I think Curtis just was a little bit late on the decision.
He was. I think he has a hard time seeing over his offensive line. When he gets to the outside, it takes him just a little bit to find a receiver.
Again, Curtis just a sophomore. That's an incompletion and a little bit of a break for Hermon. Going to be 4th and 9 here from the 14. The original line of scrimmage, of course, the 15.
I do like him rolling into his strong suit, into his left side.
So 4th and 9 here. Hermon looking to finally get off the schneid of a 0. 28-0, Fryeburg in control. You're going to go 3 receivers here near side. That's the short side. Hopkins also to the right of Curtis in the back. They're going to pitch it out to Hopkins. I think he wants to throw. He does. He stops. He was under pressure. He had a receiver, but he just left it short. Sitting down in the end zone. That was Hopkins, the receiver. Hopkins, the running back, trying to get it to a Max, trying to get it to Sam. Had him, but he just left it short. And again, part of that defense was right there. He just couldn't set his feet.
Like the play call. I mean, we've been talking about how Hermon can get the ball downfield, and Hopkins is certainly one of the throwers. Had him.
Credit to Coach. Coach mentioned, I think, before we got on air and maybe in the pregame, but he definitely said before we got on air, halfback option's got to be an option today.
Yeah.
You saw it there, and it turned out, again, not too bad. Pressure from Fryeburg just makes it so Max Hopkins can't set his feet.
I think Hermon would like to have this game to play over again. I think they do some things differently.
I think you'd be curious to see if they don't give Fryeburg 2 quick short fields, what this game looks like with the way their defense is played.
Fumble.
But that ball is dropped. As we were having a discussion there, Boone ends up diving on it.
I think Fryeburg's losing their focus again. They got off so quick into this game.
I'm with you. Again, it's Boone comes to the sideline. Coach, to your point, Fryeburg Academy coach gives him a, what are we doing?
Yeah, really. Well, I mean, 86-0 in their 2 games prior to this. They've scored now 114 points against the opponent's 0 in these playoff games. Think they're looking ahead at all?
I think, to your point, they got off to a quick start, maybe took their foot off the gas. They put him down at the 11. Again, started at the 14, so loss of 3 there as Boone had to fall on that one. He stays in the shotgun. Going to hand off to Reese, trying to bounce out to the right side. Bounces off a tackle, now gets through. He's got 1 man to beat. Now it's the sideline, and there's another flag. Huge stiff arm!
Another one.
And now he's still going. He's got another stiff arm as he stays on his feet. He gets down to the 25. Looked like he was going to be ridden down, and he just shrugging off Hermon defenders. Unfortunately, yet again, I think this is going to be a big play for Fryeburg. That's going to come back because of a hold.
Yeah, you got 2 penalties against Fryeburg. You can't grab the face mask that way either. So the ball carrier, they've got a hold, and then they've got an offensive face mask.
Also, for Hermon, a little insult to injury. They give up the big play that's not going to count, but needing help to get to the sideline for their defense is Owen Lang, who had the interception for the Hermon defense. And again, Ruiz just throwing defenders to the ground on that run. Would have been, as it were, I think he got to about the Hermon 20, would have been 69 yards. Instead, going to be not going to count at all, period. It's just not going to count. We'll see where they mark this off from. The line of scrimmage for that play was the 11. It was 2nd and 13. They're going to mark it from...
Well,
looks like the
two officials have the hold in different areas, and so they're going with the furthest, and this one's coming way back.
Yeah, it looks like they marked it off from the 27, I believe.
There was no way there was holding in the backfield that far behind, but that's where the flag ended up.
So they're going to put it at the 17. So as it stands, they move up 6 yards, 10-yard penalty, but they end up picking up 6 yards overall, making it 2nd and 7 here from the 6 yards because it was at the 11, so 2nd and 4.
And Aronson coming in at quarterback.
So it should be 2nd and 4 here from the – scratch that. Did my math wrong. The original line of scrimmage was the 14, so it's 2nd and 7 from the 17. Handoff here in the backfield to Boone. He's going to get as a running back. Tries to bounce outside. He's got one man to beat as he's fighting with him, and he's finally tripped up. Still a monster gain as he takes that finally out of bounds at the 40.
Ty Boone, the first half was owned by Ty. He's picking up in the second half where he was in the first.
Now that one he got to take as a running back, as coming back in was Arneson, and he takes that from the 17 all the way up to, they mark him out of bounds at the 37, so just 20 yards, but still another big play as Fryeburg Academy can just melt that clock away.
Coach talking to Arneson on the sideline. Certainly not in to throw the ball as he was early in the game.
Hard would be definitely not a game or situation, but could you imagine coming in after sitting out for the better part of the second half and the coach telling you to air one out?
No.
Again, time and situation, definitely not the case, but he's going to handle here. He's got Sow to his right. Going to hand off, going to the left side, steps to the line of scrimmage, lowers his head, gets through a linebacker, then finally tripped up, but not before he gets to midfield. And I think you're starting to see, Coach, Hermon starting to get worn down. I think defensively played pretty solid, but starting to get worn down.
Who would step in front of Sow? I mean, defensively, the kid is just immense. He is so tough. Big shoulders, big legs, low to the ground, a prototype for a good running back.
Definitely a decision to be made. He takes it to the 49, so he grabs 12 more. And again, we tick under 6 minutes. Fryeburg Academy, at this point, just trying to watch that clock go. It's going to be a tough one, Coach. Start pondering this. I think not as easy as who you're going to pick as the player of the game for this one. Still got time here. Arneson in the shotgun, going to hand off to Sow again. Gets to the line of scrimmage, breaks an arm tackle down, just trying to drag defenders. Finally takes 2 to get him down. Minimal gain there, but initial contact in the backfield, but Sow just so powerful. Turns what could have been a 1-yard loss. Instead, muscles his way up to the Hermon 48 and gets 3 out of it.
Both clubs are playing on fumes right now. Game is certainly over, and we got 2nd and 7. 5:08 left to go in this one.
Again, Fryeburg just melting that clock. Chance to tell you, of course, that high school sports on the score wouldn't be possible without Somerset Stone and Stove, offering quality gas, pellet, wood stoves, and hardscape products. 2nd and 7 from the Hermon 48, under 5 minutes. Fryeburg just trying to get that clock to triple zeros. Arneson takes the snap, turns around, hands off to Ruiz, tries to bounce it outside, steps through a tackle.
Goodness.
Can't break the second one. I was waiting. I thought he was going to. And a flag comes in late again. This one from the back judge.
I'm not quite certain why he's airing his laundry on the
Ruiz
field.
we'll wait and see what the call is. Ruiz got wrapped up, is able to let that tackle slide all the way down, step out of it, nearly got him another tackle. One of the Hermon defenders had just enough jersey and then was able to let pursuit come and grab him. And hold again on Hermon. Excuse me, Fryeburg Academy. So as it stood, it was going to be, I think, about 3rd and 1. It was 2nd and 7 from the Hermon 48. The penalty is going to back them up to the Fryeburg 47. So the penalty cost them 5 actual yards, of course, another 10-yard penalty. It's Fryeburg Academy. I think two things. I would say you maybe took your foot off the gas, lost focus. I think you pointed out a couple times, Coach.
Yeah.
And then penalties. Just not a clean game from the Raiders.
Yeah, if this were a closer game, they certainly would be in trouble.
That being said, 2nd and 12. Clock keeps running as we tick down to about 4 minutes here to go. They're up 28-0. It's going to be 2nd and 12 from their own 47. Arneson in the shotgun. Sau to his right. Ruiz to his left. They fake it to Ruiz, and Sau gets it going up to center again. He gets hit at the line of scrimmage, able to push forward. Minimal gain as he gets, I think, back to midfield, but it's just unless you just dead stop his momentum, he's going to fall forward for what feels like 4 almost every time.
3rd and 10, and Fryeburg doing what it's done all year. I mean, to lose to Wells by 1 during the regular season.
And Falmouth. That's a good Falmouth team.
And Falmouth.
Again, both those
played
teams.
Both those so well.
Both those teams playing for state championships today. Of course, we'll see Wells and Foxcroft Academy here a little bit later. So, third and 9 here from midfield for Fryeburg Academy. 3:15 here to go. Again, that gold ball coming. They're just fighting the clock now. And now we get a timeout. And that's going to be Fryeburg Academy. They want to talk about it.
Well, Levitt has owned Class C. I mean, we're seeing a new team emerge, and let's see how long they can carry the gold ball. But, I mean, Levitt has owned this. 2019, 22, 23, and all the way back. Levitt has owned Class C. Fryeburg has they've always been the also run. And
yeah, I'm with you. Again, I think you could argue Fryeburg Academy gave Levitt arguably their toughest game last year. They were up late in that one, ended up losing. And again, I think it's 36-32 Levitt in the region finals. Then, of course, the state championship, unfortunately for Oceanside, was a snooze fest as Levitt won that one going away and then some. But Fryeburg, I think, has been just on the cusp, and now going to get a chance to take that gold ball home finally. It feels like they have just been so close to.
Yeah, they've had a spot in the cabinet for 65 years.
So 3rd and 9 here, fake. It's going to be Boone. He takes it, breaks through. Boone's got a chance to score a touchdown. Hard tackle as he had a stiff arm there to potentially score. He gets taken down, but not before he takes that to about the Hermon 30.
I tell you, we haven't seen Ty Boone play, but he's one of the better players that we've seen all year long. Only a junior, and this Fryeburg Academy team will be back next year.
Boone picks up 17, first down. And again, Fryeburg Academy getting quite close to that, being able to take that oh-so-sweet victory formation. But on 3rd and 9, Boone is able to pick up a big 17. And, man, talk about, you say how long can they defend it. Yeah. Having Boone come back, that is a shifty kid with the ball in his hands.
I mean, you can put him anywhere in the offensive set, and he's going to excel.
So, Fryeburg Academy, 1st and 10 from the Hermon 33, just trying to get rid of that clock. Ruiz gets this one, breaks a tackle, breaks another arm tackle, still on his feet, trying to power through the secondary. Bumbling. He stood up finally, and they call him down, but not before he just powered that one all the way up near the 10-yard line. And again, Fryeburg Academy just asserting their will. Feels like there's been, 4 drives in the second half, and 2 of them are just long Fryeburg drives.
Yeah, it seems like we've seen the same thing. Deja vu, and here's Fryeburg knocking on the door again. Now, the coach, he's doing it well. He doesn't really want them to score, but the kids do.
The kids do,
They want the
do.
play. Give us the play.
So Ruiz picks up 20 on that one, and another first 10. And again, Fryeburg, for the kids, right, this is a race against the clock for them because at some point it's just the kneel-down play.
Yeah, Coach, I'll call the play.
I'll call it from the huddle.
Yeah. And all 4 of them, the whole team is watching the clock.
They're starting to get some celebrations here. Going to take a timeout. Fryeburg does, as I imagine. Curious to see, Coach, is this going to be subs or maybe just some last-minute instructions about not to do something silly?
Yeah, don't know, but calling a timeout late in the game when you're up is not kosher either.
So it stops the clock with 1:27. Again, this one all but over. Fryeburg Academy's got 1st and 10 at the Hermon 13. They're up 28-0. Gives us a chance again to thank Central Maine Community College, who makes our coverage of high school sports possible. More than just a community college, over 40 academic degrees and certificates. Just go to cmcc.edu. One of the lowest tuition rates in New England. Your future starts here.
AJ, the right thing to do is to take a knee.
I would agree with you. That should be what has happened. And I think they're going to get victory formation here because you see, maybe not. I thought initially, because Arneson's in the shotgun, he's got Sow to his left. Boone looked like he was in the safety position, as it were.
Sow's the cheerleader right now. There's the knee.
They are going to take the knee, so they're going to knee this one out as Arneson takes that one for good 4 yards. He's always trying to keep the stats accurate, so 4-yard loss on that one. But I think, about one more, and it'll be official. Fryeburg Academy will be your state championship Class C football team for the state of Maine.
Been a long time coming. A lot of folks over there may not remember 1965, but I'm sure some of their folks in their families have talked about it. But they got a gold ball.
And worth noting, too, you talk about Fryeburg Academy felt like a long time coming as Arneson takes another knee. And I think that just about ought to do. Might have to get one more in. But for Fryeburg Academy, felt like they always the bridesmaid, never the bride, finally do. But important to remember, this is still a very young program, this Hermon team.
It is. And again, I mean, they've got a lot of things going from this season. They've gotten to the dance. They know what it's all about. They've got a young coach, Kyle Gallant, who intends to make this one of the premier programs.
So Arneson takes another knee, and with 13 seconds left, that is the last play of the game. Fryeburg Academy's defense continues its dominant stretch in the postseason, shutting out Hermon, and they end up putting up 14 points in the first half, 14 points in the second half, and that gold ball will say Fryeburg Academy 28-0 over Hermon, your Class C state championships football team from the state of Maine. We will take a look at the numbers, get into the postgame show, and, of course, pick our flagship Cinemas player of the game. And when we come back, final score here, Hermon loses to Fryeburg Academy 28-0. We will pick our player of the game and all that when we come back. You're listening to High School Football on The Score.
For us, it's a family business that is steeped in tradition. You know, our relationship with Waterville goes back a long ways. Over the years, we've been fortunate enough to grow, and we've been able to grow with the town. We look at the work that we do as something bigger than just the sale of a car or the servicing of an automobile. We're here to be a part of something bigger than just ourselves by giving back to the community with our time and our energy, because it's all about taking care of people.
Over 30 years ago, Paul and John A. Bowen set out on a mission to help aging Mainers stay in their own homes. Assistance Plus grew from their passion, dedication, and integrity where clients come first. Today, Assistance Plus serves not only the elderly, but clients with developmental and behavioral health challenges. Assistance Plus is here for you today and through all points of your life.
Hi, this is Mike Perkins from KMD Driving School. I've been instructing your children in driver's ed for years. We're accepting new students for the fall and winter classes. Let the professionals teach your children. Call 465-4835. Sign them up for KMD Driving School. New classes begin every 3 weeks. Call 465-4835, 465-4835, or visit us online at kmddrivingschool.com. The journey begins with us. KMD Driving School.
My dad's a real hero. Not like a superhero or anything. More like a regular dad kind of hero. 'Cause every weekend, even when the weather's bad and it's super snowy, he always gets us there safe.
They don't know how you do it. All they know is that you care.
See Skowhegan Tire Center. They beat any price. Route 201, Skowhegan.
Whether you're looking to buy, build, or refinance your home, at Skowhegan Savings, we make buying your home a personalized experience. Our team of local community bankers are available on your time to help you every step of the way, from pre-qualification to closing your loan. We have a variety of mortgage terms to fit your needs and a bi-weekly payment option that can save you time and money off your loan. We also won't sell your loan, so your loan stays local with us. Contact one of our community bankers or apply online at skowhegan.com to start your home buying journey today.
Notice the price of gas and oil lately? Thinking about a pellet stove? Pellets are a renewable resource that are economical, and pellet stoves don't have to be ugly or loud. Come talk to us at Somerset Stone & Stove. Let us explain why now is the best time to have your pellet stove installed. Wouldn't you love to have a gas stove or fireplace designed for your home? Let Somerset Stone & Stove design and install a Regency gas stove or fireplace that is just right for you. Let us customize your Regency gas stove or fireplace while you enjoy the beauty and warmth. Visit Somerset Stone & Stove in Oakland.
Have you been dealing with eye issues, but you keep putting off having an exam? Contact Kennebec Eye Care. Dr. Peter Parody, Dr. Leslie Sobek, and Kaylee Brand OD will give you a thorough eye examination to diagnose the issue and create a plan to fix it. Call 872-2797 to schedule an appointment today. Kennebec Eye Care, 216 Main Street in Waterville. Online at KennebeCeyeCare.com. Kennebec Eye Care, your sight specialist.
AJ Knight, Coach Coughlin here with you as Class C in the state of Maine for football has been decided, and it is Fryeburg Academy beating Hermon 28-0. And Coach, in this one, Fryeburg Academy, I think from the word go, looked like the better team. Credit to that Hermon defense. I thought they really played well, made some adjustments, tried to keep their team in it, but the offense just couldn't find enough sustained success.
Ever since these teams got here today, I've been watching the body language of both teams. Hermon certainly is glad they're here, but they're not sure that they belong here. Fryeburg has been here before. They've been here. They know what it takes to belong here. Hermon, in the genesis of things, now has reached the pinnacle. They know what it takes to get back here. And they're going to put in a lot of hard work, but Fryeburg has climbed the mountain. And we talked about all number ones coming into this tournament. And Fryeburg epitomizes what a number one team should be. Strong offensively, stronger defensively, and they've done it throughout the whole year. Consistency to perfection.
Yeah, I mean, as the saying goes, right? First, you gotta learn how to. You lose big, you learn to lose small, then you learn to win small, and then hopefully learn to win big. And to your point, Fryeburg Academy feels like they've been on the doorstep a bunch. Hermon, a young program. Not fun to lose ever, but I think an experience for this team that only boosts this program going forward. Taking a look at some of the numbers, Hopkins, 43 rushing yards, ended up having 5 receiving yards. Just not a ton of total production across the board, as just the offense for Hermon really struggled to get any sustained success.
It was hard to watch, wasn't it?
He was the best offensive weapon for him. On the other side, kind of a three-headed running back attack. Sal had 84 rushing yards. He gets a touchdown. Ruiz had 84 rushing yards. He had a touchdown and an interception on defense. Credit to Sal. He also played exceptional on defense, especially in kind of limiting the rushing attack of Hermon. And then Boone, he threw an interception with 0 for 2. Had I think one catch, minimal gain. Ended up finishing over 108 yards, 2 total touchdowns. Had that big third down conversion to let them salt the game away. And it just big on defense as well. Don't want to take away, didn't call his name as much, but big in that secondary. And I think you really could have, splitting hairs, but I think the choice has to be for the player of the game, the flagship Cinemas player of the game, should I say. It's got to be Boone. Ty Boone, I think, really put Fryeburg Academy in the position they were, and then obviously they go to him at quarterback and let him carry them home.
Well, the first half belonged to him. I mean, he scored the 2 touchdowns that put the game out of reach. And then we saw him at different positions, not only quarterback, but wide receiver, running back. I mean, he checked all the boxes today. He did all the little things, as you said, AJ, made all the big plays and then some. Certainly a great player.
So he helped carry him home, and that home means a gold ball as they pose for it on the field now. Fryeburg Academy ends up continuing its dominant defensive stretch and beats Hermon 28-0, and that is game 1 of our doubleheader today. Now, Coach, for the audience here, you help me out. Again, I'm still a newbie in Maine, but I believe this game pretty rapid fire here. We get under 2 hours from start to finish. Initially, game time for Class D, which will, of course, be here wherever you're listening, whether it's on the Score website, the Score app, AM 1160, YouTube, Central Maine Sports. Please make sure to subscribe. Wherever you're listening, we'll be here in this exact same spot. But that being said, I believe we'll be due for a little bit of a recess here, as they'll stay pretty close to that game time, since that's what they've marked it for everybody.
2:30 game time, and fireworks at 2:30. Looking forward to this one.
That is going to be, I think, a good game, and I think a chippy game, but we'll get into all of that, of course, when we get to Foxcroft Academy versus Wells. What is worth noting, and what we will get into, is that Fryeburg Academy is a state champion. They win Class C. They beat Hermon 28-0. That is the conclusion of the first game of our doubleheader of state championship football today. Make sure you join us again in here in about hour and a half as we will have Class D, Foxcroft Academy and Wells. Big thanks to Mary Rigney, who didn't thank anybody during the game. I apologize, but Mary Rigney ran our scoreboard. Ashley Knight ran our graphics. Tyler Rigney taking some photos, which we'll have at Central Maine Sports before the weekend is over. For Coach John Coughlin, I'm AJ Knight. Fryeburg Academy wins Class C state championship football 28-0. Class D coming up a little bit later this afternoon, and we look forward to talking to you then. So thanks for listening.
You've been watching yet another live local broadcast of high school sports on The Score. It's brought to you by Central Maine Community College, Central Maine Motors Auto Group, Hermon Lumber Company, Mid-State Machine, Whittemore & Sons, Somerset Stone and Stove, 201 Tire Battery and Service, Assistance Plus, SBS Carbon Copy, Manchester Motors, Casella Waste, Computer Improvements, Height Chevrolet, 201 Service Skowhegan, Connected Credit Union, KVFCU, Skowhegan Savings Bank, Skowhegan Tire Center, KMD Driving School, and Flagship Cinemas. Every game we do on The Score is always available for you to watch again or have someone else watch for the first time. All of our games are stored in the vault at centralmainsports.com and also on The Score's YouTube channel at Central Maine Sports. Please go and subscribe. To find out when the next game is on The Score, check out our game schedule at 1160thescore.com or centralmainsports.com. Your team from your town plays here on the place for local sports, The Score.